Welcome to the Hawks Nest live stream show. My name is Brandon Kane, and I thank you for tuning on in this fine Sunday fall morning for some great football action as we have what may be, as we find at the end of the year, two of the better teams in the NFL going head-to-head today. A true test for our Seattle Seahawks, where we get to firmly see a little bit more where they are right now. Last week was a test as well, so not to say that wasn't. But this is certainly one in the Ravens, who are a complete football team. Offense, defense, special teams, much like us. They bring all three to play. You have Lamar Jackson playing really good football, and that defense playing as well as it's played in a couple of years there. So it's going to be a challenge today. No doubt about that one. It's going to be a big-time challenge, but should be hopefully a fun game. I can confirm it does appear that Mr. Leonard Williams is on the sideline. So we are indeed going to get some of that. Here's my computer going crazy. Start things off. I don't want you to do the hardware checkout. Let me say what's up to you guys here in the chat here, because I know we're just about to get started on up. Megan, how you doing? Good to see you. Says, not sure they'll be, but said, keep an eye. Oh, sorry, I cut your message off at the top there, Megan. Who's been our best defensive player this year? I think Mafe so far. I think Mafe's been your most complete player. I think Witherspoon is probably right there behind him, though. He's been pretty much almost the best cornerback in the sport this year so far to begin things. Maybe not exactly that, but in the running of. I saw a clip of Edwards doing a backflip during warm-ups. I did too see that yesterday. And so Megan, yeah, put your message if you can. I'm sorry, I missed it on the top. Weather looked good. Looked like it was sunny out there, Megan, to me. My computer's going to do that thing where it's going to freak out today all day. You set this stuff up, and then it just still wants to lose its mind. Herbicide, how's it going? Says Leo's big badass. Him and Reed, who I saw the number 2 ranked nose tackle, do good things. Yes, they will. What's up, Free Truth? How you doing? I don't know if Moses is playing as of yet. I haven't seen any confirmation on that. I was looking for the inactive lists. Usually are up on Twitter before the game, but it's too early. I guess the inactive guy who usually posts that's not awake yet. Understandable. This is damn early in the game. Damn early in the day to be having a game. What's up, Motives? Go Hawks. Flag Sabbath, how you doing, brother? Michael Carasino. Go 12s. Let's go. Brendan, how you doing? Brian Myers, Belgian Waffle, Chicken Sausage, Rockstar Energy, fueled and ready. Let's go. Let's go. We got a good game here today. Megan, new shirt? Yeah, I got me a little Ken Easley shirt. I custom made this one up here. That's the Enforcer shirt right there. Hoping our Hawks can bring a little Enforcer energy today. Big Daddy Colpa, I'm super scared. I'm not scared, but I'm definitely worried. It's definitely going to be a tough fought game here, I think, for us to pull this one off. But at the same point in time, it's good to get these kind of measuring stick games where you're at, especially leading up to that row of opponents that we're going to have coming up here in the short term that are going to be very, very difficult to deal with. How you doing, Space? What's up? Nazir? Hello, hello, hello. Aaron Donald? Let's go Hawks. Let's beat Baltimore. Let's just beat Baltimore today. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's not mess about with it, right? Let's get it done. Cheese Taco, what's up, man? How you doing? Go Hawks, brother. Alex Aceto. Hello, hello. Dom H. What's up? As Dom says, please do hit that like as you come on in the door for me, please. A few more Seahawks at Hawks Nest. I don't have a lot of money to spend today. I spent a lot trolling Brendan last night. I'm sure Brendan was having multiple heart attacks over the course of that Husky game last night, but that's all good, man. Your presence is enough. Your presence will suffice. And go Huskies. How about that win last night? Fly says, dude, I thought that was a Kenny Chesney shirt. Uh-oh. Am I not going to be able to wear the shirt again? Because everyone's going to think it's a Kenny Chesney special. Central up in smoke says Leonard Williams with 3-sack game. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that party. Let's do it. Got the kickoff here just about ready to commence. Big Salty OB. What's up, big dog? You ready? You ready? Ready. Come on. Come on. Hit him. Hit something, coach. Don Power Ranger, the Hawks Nest. Good morning, Brandon and all. Hope everyone is well. Go Hawks. Go Hawks, man. It's good to see you. Drop Top Submarine. When was the last time we were in Baltimore? We were in Baltimore back in 92. No, what was the last time that we were in Baltimore? It does seem like it's been a while. Like, I can't even remember in the Coach Carroll era of when we were in Baltimore. It's probably happened, but the only time I can go back to being in Baltimore was in the Holmgren era. That was the last time I can think of a game that was there, and that was a pretty crazy game. Jordan with the $2 donation, starting us off right here, Jordan. Thank you for that, brother. Says, let's go Hawks. Let's go Hawks. I love it, man. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great morning out there. Holy hand grenade, I set my alarm for 9:30, not knowing it was daylight savings, and it was 8. Oh, ouch. Yeah, that one caught me off guard last night, too. I was like, oh, wait, now I got a sudden hour? I got an extra hour here? What happened? I totally spaced on the daylight today myself. And Mark, thank you for reminding me. Please do hit that like button and sub up, please. Oswell, K9, let's go. Let's go. All right, we got the kickoff. Looks like our Hawks are going to be on the receiving end of this to begin things off. Beautiful day in Baltimore. Sun shining. Brightly lighting the white uniforms of the Seattle Seahawks. So we've got Phil Haynes out there right guard. Stone Forsythe will remain out at right tackle. Damian Lewis left guard. Evan Brown up the middle there. And, of course, Charles Cross out on the left side. So the line is fairly much what I think we expected coming into this one. Gino's going to come up under center here with a 2 tight end look to begin things. The give is going to be here to Walker. Walker is going to be brought down for only about a gain of 2 yards. A little inside zone run there. Matabuke with the tackle. Downberry Sports Highlights, how you doing? It's good to see you in the chat. Everybody's doing well, and again, too, we'll be we got some other donuts and stuff here. Bear with me on that just a sec. 2nd down and 9. Gino now in shotgun, flanked on either side of him. Ravens showing a blitz. Seahawks seem to pick it up. They'll throw out into the flat to Kenneth Walker there. Geno Smith saw the blitz coming and then motioned Walker back across the formation away from the blitz there. I think he knew he was going to have him freed up on that catch. Nice job by Geno to recognize that. He's going to have to be patient today in his approach against this defense in that way. You got to push back in some times. You're going to get surprised by what they're throwing at you on the fronts and blitzes. So we have a 3rd and short now. Gino in shotgun, empty look. Nope, we actually got Charbonnet in the backfield with him. Ravens bringing a blitz again. Gino gets it out. The ball is caught by Jackson Smith and Jigba, but then he bobbles it for a second. Let's see if they will call it a catch or not for sure. He had it initially, and then I don't know if he got the catch. Yeah, he didn't get the catch. Had it in his hands. Gino threw a good pass there. Jackson Smith just didn't maintain possession. 4th and 4. Motive, how you doing? It's good to see you. New Blacks, hello, hello, hello. Sean Lee. Score predictions, I got 2017 Ravens in this one. This will be a tough game. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, it's Matt. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you for doing that. Megan says, no win in Baltimore since 2009. It's not happening today. Maybe it's going to be a tough one. That's for sure, Megan. Will, it's going to be a heavyweight slugfest. I hope so. Just want a good fight here today. And we got Eskridge as the kick returner today. Yes, Roxanne Roll has been celebrating 28 months. Oh my gosh, she's motoring around to the 3-year mark here on the Hawks Nest as a member. Thank you for that. Long-time support, Roxanne. 13:27 to go here in the first quarter. Ravens taking over from their 20-yard line after a good punt by Dixon. Quick throw underneath here to Andrews for about 13 yards. He says, Roxanne says, go Hawks. My favorite battle cry. It's the only one you need. That is the only one you need. And certainly I'm expecting a lot of Andrews here today. This is a matchup where middle of the field already, they kind of lean there with Lamar. And then this is maybe a spot where you can get to a little bit with the defense. First down and 10 after about the 13-yard gain there for the Ravens. Lamar back in pistol. Gibbs going inside to Gus Edwards. Seattle Seahawks are all over that play. Second down. Thank you, Roxanne. Thank you for that long time support on the channel as a member as well. Appreciate you for that. Tyler Tuff, let's go. ADL, hello, ran the cut. How you doing? Good to see all my peeps in the house. Carter Metcalf, game time bold prediction. Jackson with multiple tutties. He's going to have to just reel it in, though. I love it, though. Love it. Mark Keen, good morning, all y'all. Seahawks fans and buddies. Seahawks will kick ass this game. Cheers to the announcer. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. So we got a little false start here on the Ravens. It's going to draw them back 5 yards. Good morning to you, too. RJ, hello. This damn JSN, I know. Megan with a $5 donation. Thank you, Megan, for that dono. Says 2009 was the last time the Hawks were in Baltimore and the last time the Hawks won. The FYI. Wow, 2009. I do not even, Megan, for the life of me even remember that game. That season I was probably still in kind of like just watch it, but just almost forget it the second you watch it. Second and 13, quick throw underneath here, and that ball will be dropped by Odell Beckham. It wasn't maybe the best of passes. It did look like he might have had an opportunity to make that grab. Running an over route there, right around the sticks. Thank you, Megan, for the $5. Third down and 13. They're not going to show a replay, so I'm not sure if it was just a poor throw or Odell just kind of flat dropped it. Seahawks, their nickel unit out here. Lamar dropping back to throw. He's got time. He's looking deep. And he's going to sail that right on over the top. Trying to hit a man deep there, not even close. Fourth down. Nice job by the Hawks defense here. Interesting to see Lamar go deep there, but he's got to get 13 yards, so that's where that 5-yard penalty can be so big for an offense trying to get their drive going. Is just the difference between a 4th and 7 and 4th and 13, 12. All right, here's the punt. We got Dallas back there. He always got some room to work with a little bit here. He gets it up to the 32-yard line. Appreciate you on the $5, Megan, and the note on the last time they played. So, shoot, we probably in the 2000s, I think we've only played in Baltimore twice then. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Yolanda, thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate you for that, Yolanda. It says Ravens fan here by way of Megan. Oh, Megan, thank you for helping send folks our way. Very kind of her to do so. And very kind of you, Yolanda, for dropping that donation. It says nothing but respect for the Seahawks. Should be a great game. Same on my end here. I want to say thank you for the donation. Very kind of you, but then as well, thank you for the kind note. That's definitely where we operate here in our community on it, and at least my outlook on it with Baltimore is that there is a lot of respect for the way the organization runs it and what they do and how they do it. And there's a reason why it's had as much success as it's had through the years. And so, it's a testament to how much I come into this game knowing what it's going to take for us to win this one, Yolanda, knowing the effort it's going to take to overcome this team. But you guys got a great team. Thank you for jumping on in the chat. Thank you to Megan for putting on us over here. And let's us just have us both teams play a good, hard-fought game, and let's both of us walk out of this with no injuries. How's that sound? Just nice and clean. Nice and clean. Appreciate you, though, Yolanda, so much. Thank you. Concierge with Nolan, thank you for the $5 donation. Sorry, as I was reading your note as I read the donation. But thank you for the $5. Says, any prop bets on if Eskridge can still get injured on a touchback? Well, when you lean down, when you lean down, Nolan, you got to down it. You do have to kind of like stretch your hamstring out to get the kneel action down, and that can cause a hammy to pop. That's been known to pop a few hammies. You know what I'm saying? Just got to keep him in the bubble, man. Just got to keep him in the bubble, the plastic bubble, and he'll be fine. Kick returns and fly sweeps. That's the name of Eskridge's game. Go Hawks, Nolan. Go Hawks. Made it through the first one. See how he goes on the next one. Garth, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, I think Meg's wrong. I'm pretty sure Russ and the boys beat them recently in Baltimore. I could be wrong, though. I think she's probably on it, Garth. I'm usually good with these because I've looked and watched so many of these seasons of games in this time period that there's usually like a game that would have jumped out to me. But no, I think she's correct. We just don't play them very much. 11:29, first and 10 here from the 31-yard line in their own territory in Seattle. Ravens showing a too-high look here. 3 wide receiver set for the Hawks. The gives in Kenneth Walker. He blasts his way right up into the A gap on an inside zone run, and he'll get about 2 or 3 yards. But yeah, I don't think we did. I cannot think of a time that Russ was in Baltimore. We didn't in 17, did we? No. No, I think she's on it, Marv. She's got it. Oh, Rabel said it. There you go. So if Rabel says it, Megan, that might be the Bible, you know. All right, second down and 8 here. Play action pass. Gino throws back. Nice throw out to Tyler Lockett on an out route there. Very well placed ball by Gino. First and 10. Perfect throw. Toe tap. Tyler gets it down. Sweet catch, sweet throw. Tyler and Gino have definitely been linking up here last couple of weeks. First and 10 from the 49-yard line of the Ravens. Gino back in shotgun again here. Play action pass. Rolls to his left. He's got pressure. He's swung about, still on his feet. Boy, Gino doing his best Russ impression there. Twisting and sliding and climbing the pocket and just keeping his body away from the hands, the sea of hands flying past him, trying to rip onto him, and somehow or another was able to get free here for a couple-yard gain. Might have gotten 4 or 5 out of that one. Great job of showing his escapability there by Gino. Second and 5. What a difference that makes from getting sacked there. Inside give here. 3 straight inside handoffs to begin things here with Walker. And they're testing definitely a particular side of the Ravens line there, and it's not going anywhere. And they're testing kind of they're going inside run, but it's kind of the left, so it's sort of the Clowney side. He's a really good run defender. I don't know if you're going to find a lot of room in there. Third down and 4. Gino in shotgun. Ravens got a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage right now, and they've already brought a lot of blitzes here. Gino dropping back to throw. That ball is going to be hit down and knocked down. And I think that was Clowney got his hands on it. Clowney reading the Seahawks were going to go on a short drop there and just try to throw to the sticks. And he's so long and big that there's no pathway to throw at that point. Fourth and 4. Dixon will come out now for a second punt. He had a 49-yarder to start things off here earlier. Nice punt by Dixon. And Ballor's down there to make sure that thing stays where it is. So the Ravens are going to have a long field to operate with here now. First and 10. Ball lands about the 3-yard line. Dixon shows you he is absolutely a weapon here for the Seahawks team. We need more cat. There we go. We didn't have enough cat. She got salmon today, so she's super tired. She's got a belly full of salmon. Hopefully that chills you out. Yeah, our punter's awesome. He's great every week too. He's just whatever you need him to do. He'd flip a field position, put it inside the 20. Dixon can handle those duties. I like the maintain towards balance by Seattle here to begin things. It's you're not getting anything worth the running to begin thing, but good, nice of them to see us start out with a little bit of balance there. It's a good play by Clowney there, just reading the situation as to what was going down. Yeah, we may have a defensive slugfest on our hands, right? That is right. Well, if you mean more Seahawks, thank you for the $2 donation. It says, I don't care what you say. Our MVP is Michael Dixon. Hey, I can't knock you for saying it. I mean, the guy, like I say, is great every single game. He never fails. He never misses. Yeah, what can you say about that on any other position, right, Feed Me? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. He's literally, doesn't get a lot of hype, but if people cared more about punters, they'd be looking at Dixon saying he's having maybe the best start to a career any punter has ever had. But because punters are looked at as kind of a necessary evil sometimes in football, it's just sort of like, oh yeah, he's a good punter. No, I mean, the best and one of the best all time. Thank you though, Femi. Gaming Moron. Thank you for the $5 donation. I hope I didn't say that wrong. Or maybe it's Moran. Maybe it's Moran, and I just completely nailed on the give me a donation. I butchered your name. Thank you, Gaming. He says, at the game right now, my darn earplugs fell when I ran to my seats. Ha ha ha. Ooh, yikes. That's scary proposition there, Gaming, because that means you don't usually now have the wireless ones or the wired ones. So those things go out and they can go flying anywhere. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough where you got to go search through a bunch of legs and feet and some dirty, sticky ground that you don't, what is that? Oh. Hopefully you found him. Hawks coming out with a little 3-4 look here in a pistol formation by the Ravens, anticipating run, and that's what they're going to get. And the Hawks are all over. Swallow that play right on up. I like the call here by Hurt. He goes, hey, I've got you guys down inside the 2-3 yard line here. I'm going to stack this up on the line of scrimmage because I know you're likely to try to run this. And Lamar trying to keep the read option there, and Mario Edwards tackled him from his back, basically. 2nd down and 12 for the Ravens here. Lamar, give underneath here to Edwards. He's, brought right back down again. Seahawks defense on it in the running game here early. Jordan Brooks snuffed that one right on out. It'll only be about a gain of a yard. 3rd down and 11. How does Hurt play this one? Shotgun look here for Lamar. 3 wide receivers. No Andrews on the field either. Y'all showing a blitz. Looks like the Ravens are going to take a timeout. Delay a game. Okay. I don't know what the Ravens were doing there exactly. They had plenty of time to get the snap off. Lamar was taking a long period of time to assess things. And then just kind of finally decide, okay, let's just let this roll down. I know you're only losing about a yard and a half, maybe at most, on the penalty, but a little strange. Okay, 3rd and 12. Shotgun look again, 3 wide receiver. Again, no Andrews on the field. Max protect look here for the Ravens. And they're going to throw it out and complete it, but that's going to be far short of the 1st down. Nice job by Woolen there. Staying on his P's and Q's. Well, you're going to let him have a 6-yard reception. Just make sure you're there to tackle him and get him out of bounds as soon as he makes the grab. And that's what Tariq Woolen does on the play. So a very nice job by both defenses here to begin things. Each side getting 2 stops on both of the 2 drives to the opposition. DJ Dallas set up deep here. Right around the 50-yard line. Boy, he's way deep. This better not land in front of you, DJ. Oh, wow. No, he skied that punt. DJ receives it far back, and he's going to bring this up. Boy, great punt there by the Ravens punter. He got some depth, and he got some air under that thing. Dallas was able to bring it back as far as he kind of could. I thought Dallas was setting up too deep at the point. I was like, oh, he's freaking 10 yards back of the 50. This guy's not going to put it back there. And he dropped it about the 30-yard line. What a punt. We've got a punt off. They're breakdance fighting. What is with this thing? Stop it. DJ makes me nervous. You don't like the over-the-shoulder running backwards catch? He makes me nervous too. Yeah, that was a crazy punt. Crazy. All right, Gino and the boys, let's see what they do here now. See what he's got. They got cooked up here. Dylan LaGrange. Thank you for subscribing, Dylan. Welcome aboard the Hawks Nest. Appreciate you for jumping aboard. As you do. We're trying to get to 15,000 here, folks. And boy, we are cooking towards that mark, that goal at the start of the year. I think we're going to hit it very, very quickly. As we might cross 14.2 today. Just might. Rockman, how you doing? Kim Carlson, you're about 3 minutes behind on your feed. Yeah, so Kim, I can't unfortunately speed the feed by which I get the game here to me. So I can only get it by how fast it comes to my area, and different areas of the country are going to get the game broadcast to them a little bit faster, depending on the app or what they're using. So I usually say it's usually about a 13-second difference, mostly from where you are. But if you just hit pause, it'll normally sync up with you. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do to speed up the way that the feed comes through. Unfortunately, sorry about that. All right, so we have 4 punts, 2 first downs. Gino setting up in shotgun here. Empty look to begin things. Too high safety look from the Ravens. And throw inside to Colby Parkinson, a little in-cutting route there for about 4 or 5 yards. Ravens definitely bringing a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage early on here and being willing to bring their share of blitzes with it. So I get out in 4. I'll give him 6 on that. Gino back under center here. 2 tight end look here for the Hawks. Pitch play. Charbonnet. Charbonnet gets himself about a yard gain. Just does a good job of spins himself around here to get himself a yard. Not a lot to be had there. Austin Rivera, you've answered that call as we are trying to get to that 15,000 mark, and you answered that bell by subbing up the channel. Thank you for doing that. Jeff Daly, you did so as well. So I appreciate you guys for becoming Hawks Nest fam, and welcome in. Welcome on board. Appreciate you. All right, a 3rd and 3 here. These defenses have been stifling. Ravens showing a double-A gap pressure look here. Gino seems to figure it out. They drop out of the blitz. Gino throws it into Tyler Lockett, his security blanket, and Tyler makes the catch for a first down. Ravens playing a lot of games up front with Gino, testing him out on what he's seeing up there and what he's not seeing up there. They brought the double-A gap pressure, dropped it out, and then brought the blitz from the edge. Hurry up here, 1st and 10, Gino in shotgun. The give's going to be to Charbonnet. Charbonnet dancing around looking for some room and finds a little bit of room. He manages to carve his way out about a 4 or 5 yard gain on that play. Another one where it didn't look like there was a lot of holes there. Begin thing on the start where the carry begins, and then finds it a little bit. 2nd down and 6. Geno again, hurry up. Empty look here. 5 wide. And it looks like Seattle false started. Now what you're wanting to see there is you're trying to just keep, Geno's kind of trying to get in the roll there. That's Peters. Jumping just a shade early. Kind of looked like the defender might have moved a little bit first there. Yeah, the defender moves first. See, that's where that's supposed to be on the defender. If they cause that to happen, it's actually supposed to be on the defender there. If they move first and then the offensive lineman jumps because of the defender's movement. But I guess they're going to say Kyle Van Noy wasn't offsides, even though he was kind of moving. 2nd down, 11. Trips to the far side of the field for Geno. Charbonnet goes in motion prior to the snap. Geno drops back to throw and dirts this one right in front of Tyler Metcalf's feet. I think Geno was expecting Tyler to shoot that route a little bit as he points at him and says something. Third down and 11. Seahawks struggled at times here this year on these third downs, even when they were makeable, much less 3rd and 11, much less against a tough defense. Ravens showing 3 high safety look here. Geno dropping back to throw. Again, there's just pressure everywhere, and we've got a flag. So not only are we going to get a sack, but we're going to get the holding call on top of that. Matabuke has been very active to begin things out here. That'll be 4th down. You got to stay out of this kind of game out of 3rd and longs. You don't know if your pass protection is going to hold up long enough out there to make it happen. And there's nothing really there. Geno really just didn't even have time on the drop of his throw there to kind of figure out what he wanted to do. All right, here we got a punt by Dixon. This isn't going to go quite as far as the other one. Still gets just slightly inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Jason Rodriguez, thank you as well for answering up on the call here to become a subscriber to the channel. As I said, you're trying to get to that 15,000 mark. You're helping us get there just a little bit closer, a little bit faster. I'd love to hit that mark this year. We're trying to get there before February. We're definitely going to get there before February at this rate. But I might have to start setting this to 20,000 or something this year if we keep knocking it out like this. Big Country Wise Peters in the game. Coach Carroll has insinuated that he doesn't find himself to be a man that is fearful of having tackles that you run out there in rotation at times. You know, that I guess he's not as much of a buyer into the continuity thing, you know, that's, you know, just I guess his standing on it a little bit is that he thinks it's okay to go this route. That there's a benefit to it. He spoke about that this week in a press conference. So it does go against a little bit of the normal thinking when it comes to this. And yeah, the penalty really did kill us, Big Daddy. It's hard, though, to knock Peters necessarily on the penalty because, again, Van Noy's starting. I mean, it's a kind of human nature. And the guy across from you starts to move, you're going to move a little bit, especially when he's not sliding back and forth laterally along the line, but he's actually doing like a fake, I'm coming on the snap kind of deal. But it did, just like it did to the Ravens on that prior one where we saw them go from a 3rd and 7 to a 3rd and 12. It makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. You need that, hold that ball a little bit longer for the pocket to hold up for the routes to get into their, you know, past the sticks to where you can complete the first down. And it makes it tough. Oh, it says get Peters out of the game. Man, we're still in the first quarter. Yeah, I do remember how long the first quarter was last week, Michael. This ain't like that necessarily, but definitely been a lot of possessions here. It's not been a fast one. 3 first downs between these two teams here as we're winding down the lower part of the first quarter here. Lamar and company take over in pistol look, play action pass. Lamar looking. He's going to continue to roll out and get drugged down for a gain of about 4 yards or so. Seahawks must be doing a good job on the back end. Lamar had a lot of time to survey the landscape and figure out what he wanted to do. And they're showing the coverage on the backside here with Devin Witherspoon and company, and he looks like he did pretty good. They did good on the backside there. 2nd down and 5. Seahawks bringing a blitz, corner blitz there. Lamar picks it up, hits the receiver that was the corner blitz was coming from with Tariq Woolen. I believe that was his guy on that, where he's coming from. No, he's on Andrews. My bad. Woolen, nice little wrinkle there. Lamar caught it well, though. Sidearm the pass in there to Isaiah Likely. Lamar back in shotgun now at the 41-yard line in their own territory. Seahawks got 8 man up around the box. They're expecting a run. They're going to get a run. Gus Edwards picking his way in there for 6 or 7 yards. Lamar's going to go with a little bit of a hurry up here now. Trips to the far side of the field. They will operate off of hurry up. A give inside here. Seattle Seahawks all over that play. Was that Derek Hall? Woo! Derek Hall just pushed his way, bullied his way into the backfield, and then bullied down the ball carrier. He took the fullback back. Found man, took down. Good job. Nice play by the Rook. Loss of about 2 yards there. 3rd down and 6. Lamar in shotgun. 3 wide. Andrews lined up in the slot. Jamal down there near him. Jamal pick up Andrews. Sidearm flick there. I guess some miscommunication between the Hawks over on the other edge of the secondary there as nobody picked up the outside receiver. 1st down. Oh, I see. Yeah, there was a pick play there, and Witherspoon ran into Trey Brown on the pick. 1st and 10. Lamar going deep and over the top, and he is going to miss. 2nd down and 10. Garth, thank you for the $5 donation. Is JSN the first prima donna slot receiver with bad hands in the NFL history? I can't say I'm ready there to label him that quite yet, Garth. But he's got to be the chains mover. Those are the catches you got to make. You know, that's not a high degree of difficulty catch there on that 3rd down throw to him. This is what you're paid to do. This is what we're here to bring you in. You know, more than the big play stuff. We need you to move the chains and make those 3rd down catches. 2nd down and 10 now. Play action pass here from Lamar. Seahawks bring a little bit of a delayed blitz. Didn't really work there. And it's going to be completed to Mark Andrews underneath for what looks like probably a 1st down. Ravens got the best drive of the day by far going here for either team. Clock will wind down to about 33 seconds. But got to make those catches. 3rd and 1, I guess, is what they'll give it to it here. And Gibbs up the middle on a read option give. Mafe with the tackle, but this will be a gain of about 4 yards and a 1st down. And that'll probably be the final play here of the first quarter. So the Ravens are moving. Hawks offense trying to find its footing. You can see why in this first quarter here with this Ravens team, why they are the number 1 DVOA team in the NFL by far. Not just by barely, but by far. Complete team. And Andrews is going to be a problem. That was a guy I was really worried about from this Ravens offense today, more than their receivers, was him. And they're going to feature him quite a bit. Byron says we're going to need Shane Waldron to dial up something good for us. Got to counter the Ravens' attack. He's going to need somebody to find some footing here. It's going to be hard against this defense as to what does and what doesn't work. And maybe we're going to have to try to lean into finding some big plays on this Ravens team where we can find it, or at least try to take some bigger shots where maybe sustained drives are not within reason, you know. I think it says totally what I expected so far. I was kind of thinking something similar to where we'd be on this, where it's going to be it's going to be a bit of a defensive probably fight today for the most part, as long as our defense keep this offense in wraps. Brandon the Cuts has put Maul on Andrews. I would expect them to try to lean a little bit more into that matchup versus having Jordan Brooks with him. Hawks are bringing some blitzes here on Lamar a little bit, so they are dialing some of that up, which does start to remove a little bit of that ability to kind of set up the coverage like that a bit. First down and 10 here to start off the second quarter. Ravens have mixed the pass and run here on this drive. 4 plays, 4 passes. They're at the 32-yard line in Seahawks territory. 3 wide, shotgun look here. Gives inside. Oh, keeper here for Lamar Jackson. He's going to take that for a gain of about 10 yards and a first down. Fooled me on that one. First down and 10 on the 22-yard line. Lamar drops back to throw, looking, comes back through a couple targets, finds Mark Andrews underneath for a gain of 8 yards. Seahawks again bringing a bit of a blitz there, but Lamar's picking the blitz up. He's seeing it coming. I don't know how many of those I'd look to really dial up right now because it just doesn't seem like you're not getting there. They're picking it up with their blocking formations, and Lamar is also completely calm and under control when the blitzes are coming right now. Another keeper here for Lamar. He might have the edge and a touchdown here almost. Nope, able to run him out of bounds about the 4-yard line for another first down, though. Lamar starting to bring his legs into play on this drive. Boye Mafe got sucked inside on the play action there, or on the keeper action to the running back, and that left the outside open there. Good job by Tariq Woolen to use his speed just to get Lamar ran out of bounds, keep it from being a touchdown. But the Ravens are knocking on the door here. First and goal. Lamar under center. 2 tight end look. Give is going to be inside here to Edwards. He's going to be chopped down, but not before he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Ravens, with a hell of a drive there, just walk right up the football field on the Hawks after the Hawks were very stingy on the first 2 drives. Darrell Taylor just completely blown out of the, why is he in the running game? His team keeps trying to trust that guy inside, and all that happens is he just gets thrown back. Watch Darrell Taylor on that play, folks. Go back and rewind and look at Darrell Taylor on that play. If you got it at home, you can go back and watch it. Go and lock in on him specifically and watch what happens to him on that play. He gets completely ragdolled and the ball goes right over where he's at. That's why that hole was so huge and wide for Gus Edwards to run through there. I don't know why the team continues to put Darrell Taylor out for run snaps here. I mean, Clark can't be worse. Or at least you're on 1st and goal from the 4. You know, like there's those down and distance points where you can kind of predict that it's very likely to be a run play here. We probably don't want Taylor out for that type of thing. Just maybe. Garth, thank you for the $5 donation. Appreciate your donos today, Garth. It says, congrats to UW beating USC last evening, by the way. The lefty beat the righty in the battle of first-round quarterbacks. Indeed, he did. What a hell of a game that was last night, man. That's Huskies have given you 2 of the funner college games. You know, a lot of good college football games to watch out there at times. You know, there's some real boring snooze fests, but they've given you 2 of the more entertaining games you'll watch in college football with that Oregon's game and the USC matchup last night. But that was a hell of a matchup between those 2 quarterbacks, and indeed, Penix ended up being the guy to do enough, though Penix had a little bit more of a rushing attack, I think, to kind of lean on than Caleb did with the night the kid had there where he just ran wild. But huge win by UW and huge for the program, and congrats to UW, Garth. Well said. Congrats to UW on that one. Mark Habercorn, thank you for mentioning that. Please do hit that like button, folks, if you have a chance. It does help out the channel tremendously. I also want to thank, as always, the sponsor of this show, Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy right now, and is going to have ongoing here. When you use my code right now for the foreseeable future, you guys have been using the code so well, so often. I really appreciate you for doing that. But when you click in the link below, use my code NEST under Underdog Fantasy. You can get matched not up to $100, not 2, not 3, not 4, but $500 right now. They've got a special offer on it. So when you click this link, you get sponsored up to $500 on your first deposit on the Hawks Nest. $500 on me when you sign up using my promo code NEST, or click down, of course, in the description link section below. You can also just click directly in the link and create a username, and it will remember the code within that as you sign up for it. But thank you to Underdog for sponsoring the show today. Appreciate you for that. Flag Sabbath says, dude, Taylor is this year's Cody Barton. I think that's well said, Flag. Yeah. I'll give him at least this. Unlike Cody, who's really didn't have, well, there'd be times where Cody give you like a good game here or there, I guess. I trust in Taylor and what he brings in from a pass rush standpoint, but just he's not going to be a run defender. That's just not his game. It's not his bag. It's not ever going to be. Here's a return by Eskridge. He'll take it up to about the 25-yard line, where Gino and the crew will take over for their 4th possession. 3 punts to begin things so far here. Gino, 3 of 6, 31 yards. They've rushed 7 times for 19 yards. Been a little bit of an uphill battle. Here to begin things for the offense. I love how they're showing Baltimore Ravens and how many miles they're having to travel. Like, I always like this when they do this with other teams. Like, they act like, you know, oh, they're having to travel so much. Like, get out of our face with that. We travel more than anybody in the NFL every single year. Hey, somebody got injured while tackling Eskridge. That's a new one. Never seen that happen before. Flag Rick Meyer's son's at Stanford? I didn't know that. No. Is he starting? Yeah, tell Eskridge run straight into a wall. He did kind of do that on play. Duquan has been celebrating 23 months, almost nearly to 2 years as a Hawks Nest member. Thank you, Duquan, for being that member of the channel as you are. Remember right now, I got PFF scores out on Monday morning. We do a Thursday members only stream, so you can join Duquan right now as a member of the channel. But thank you, Duquan, for that. It says, need a drive here and no DT on the goal line D, please. Yeah, I'm good with no more of that. For you folks that didn't get a chance to watch the replay, when you go back and watch the highlights of this game, Watch on that play again. Just lock your eyes in, right in on 52. He's on the left side of the defensive line on the play. And you're going to have to maybe avert your eyes very shortly after the play, but that's really encompasses the issues with trying to line him up there as a guy to set the edge like that. He's just not strong enough. He's just not hardy enough. He can't root down. He literally just can't root down. I need you to you don't have to get pushed. Just remain and move. Don't be moved, or be moved very little bit. And he tries to do that and gets moved 4 or 5 yards back. And for those in the chat, I do try to read a little bit in the chat as I can. I'm doing the play-by-play here, so if you're new into the stream, we do Sundays are a huge long day, so I do the play-by-play throughout the game. I try to interact a little bit with the chat as I can. We do a post-game discussion stream later on tonight, which would be about 4 or 5 hours to really get into questions and comments and stuff. I try to read as I kind of can here during the game, but it's hard with the play-by-play and stuff. So I do as much as I kind of can to the chat, but it's definitely a balancing act. Thomas Geller says, after I seen Darrell Taylor on Locked In Sports interview about his injury, he wasn't training and had no timeline on his return. I knew he didn't have what it takes. Well, might have been a good indication there. 1st and 10, empty look here for Geno. As Walker in the backfield. Sorry. More pressure again here. Geno trying to get away with a late throw to Disley. Throws it a little bit behind him, incomplete. Early pressure on that play, swinging right past him. Yeah, there's nobody open there on that play with the pressure coming. They just showed a 22 shot on that. There's nothing Geno can do on that play. 2nd down and 10. The give is into Walker. Walker, nice run inside. Probably his best run of the day here for 6-yard gain. 3rd down and 4. $12:35 to go here in the second quarter. Ravens up 7-0. Seahawks offense just looking for some rhythm like the Ravens found this last drive. Another blitz look here from the Ravens on 3rd and 5. Geno seems to recognize it. He's going to go ahead and change his protections up. Ravens are going to drop out of their blitz. Geno's going to let this go deep over the top, and that's going to be picked off. Wow. Just a bad throw by Geno there. No other way to chop it up on that one. That's just a bad throw. I think they confused him off the rip there because they showed a blitz look, and that got him changing protections and got him in the mode, I think, of either going hot route or trying to go to the, hit the throw over the top, because he was anticipating then that the safeties would be not over the top at that point. And then you saw the Ravens counter the second they saw Geno counter, and with whatever protection change that Geno made. And then Geno just sort of threw that one up in there to Tyler. If you're going to throw a play like that up, why not throw it up to DK? We're just going to kind of toss it up. It's a little bit strange. Strange decision there by Geno Smith. Sanchez, thank you for the $2 donation, says, put in lock. Probably going to be some calls for that when he's making throws like that. Goodness. Come on, buddy. Eesh. I've been a pretty good defender of Geno, but I can't defend anything on that. That's just an awful throw. It's an awful throw. Seahawks offense just out of sorts. Yeah, I don't know what I don't. If you're going to get to a place that you got to throw a ball up because you're worried about the blitz coming, then yeah, it gets harder to defend them on these kind of stuff. And, you do have a tough defense of the Ravens, but your line is getting back closer to full health here. Ravens got a good defense. You got to make some plays against it. And, that's that kind of throw, this kind of game, you can't be doing that on the road. No. And, Ravens going to drive a long field, that's one thing, but now you're putting them at the 41-yard line. It's bad on just a lot of different levels. There's no excuse in that. 1st and 10 here from the 41-yard line for Lamar. He's got pressure bearing down on him with Boye Mafe. Boy, he is fast. He just outruns Mafe and then runs it for 20 yards up the field. Mafe was coming down the backside, looked like he had him dead to rights, and Lamar just hit the ignition switch and outran Mafe. Seahawks running a twist to the other side, so that opened up the front door for Lamar to get through there. There was nobody coming on the other edge. Jeez Louise. .45 rushing yards from Lamar, 65 passing yards. Quick throw, catch for 4 or 5 yards. Second down and 4. Lamar playing really well here to start things out. Decision making, when to choose to run. Andrews already here now again with his 4th catch. Kind of the 2 big worries we had coming into the game with Lamar and Andrews kind of playing out here to begin things a bit. Lamar in shotgun, empty look here. Sack, fumble. Ball's back. Boye Mafe. Boye Mafe, after a second ago, looking like he had a sack for sure. This time comes around and says, I'm not going to tell him I'm there. I'm just going to swipe the ball out of his hands. I'm just going to surprise him coming around the backside there with it. Mafe continuing to show that he is an emerging star defender here on this line. Absolutely, again, rips around the edge and then just tomahawk chops the arm of Lamar Jackson. Beating Stanley, the left tackle there for the Ravens, all-pro tackle there, and just caught Lamar just as he was bringing the ball back. He caught the ball and knocked it free. Great job by Boye Mafe. Boy, when the team needed a shot like that, I'll tell you what, great job. And that was the second pressure on that drive. Ravens looked like they were just about ready to go right back down and punch it in there at that point. 1st down and 10 here for Gino and the boys. 3 tight end look here. Walker trying to get free. Nowhere to really go. Bounces it outside. Gets himself about a 2-yard gain out of it. Second down and 8. 10:05 to go here in the second quarter. Seahawks on the 38-yard line in their own territory. Ravens again showing that stack front look here. It's giving the Seahawks problems today. And we'll just continue to give them problems here. Right now, I don't think Gino knows who's coming and who doesn't come. So they're bringing that stack front, and he's getting completely surprised. And he's just not sure about what he's seeing and who is and who isn't coming. And the Ravens are just kind of messing with the protections of the Seahawks by bringing up all those players up around the line of scrimmage. Ravens got a really good talented defense. These guys can play well anyway, but they're also just kind of schematically here, given the issues here to the Seahawks team. 3rd and 14, empty look here for Geno. Drops back to throw. He's going to throw a little bubble screen out to Jackson Smith and Jigba. That'll go for about 4 yards, and he's going to be drugged down. And so the Seahawks are going to punt once again. Ravens bringing like 7, 8 guys right at the line of scrimmage prior to the snap for Geno, and they're stacking everybody right up over his face, and then making him try to determine who's coming and who isn't. And he's not sure of it. Seems like maybe the protection schemes aren't tight with it either, but he's completely confused by what he's seeing up there right now. And nice punt by Dixon here. It will be a long field for the Ravens to deal with. Wu-Tang Financial, thank you for the $5 donation. I do appreciate you for that, Wu-Tang. As bad as that Geno pick was, Waldron isn't setting us up for success. Watching the pocket collapse in the quarterback every play is getting old. Indeed it is. I would say that there's nothing much further here with what I've seen from Waldron today that's been a whole hell of a lot better. And again, you go, I like the balance. I do like that. That's the part that I was calling for today, that I want to see them as try as you can lean into the run, even if it's not necessarily working early, because you've got to find a way not to become one-dimensional, because as we can see with this pass rush of the Ravens, you turn one-dimensional and they will collapse your pocket every play. And unfortunately, you're not running the ball well at all. But yeah, Waldron, where's for instance, they showed the stat a second ago of Geno 1 of 1 for 17 yards off of play action. So where's the play action under center stuff? Where's the play action with the post snap tight end running back across the formation, where you give Geno an easy throw there out into the flat? You know, where are those throws that we saw last year from Waldron that were schemed up into the offense that just seemed to be, you know, kind of just easier plays within the offense, easily schemed up things, and you're just not seeing them even try it. Not even that they're failing at utilizing it, but they're not even really trying it. And I'm not really sure why. It's a little strange with that. No working in DK. We're going to be next time the Hawks will have the ball, we're going to be probably pretty deep, almost halfway into this second quarter. You have yet to get DK Metcalf a single target. You know, yeah, I think you're right, Wu-Tang. There's definitely, it's one of those things where you go, there's not just a single person here that having a failure point here, but both between Waldron and Geno, it's not working great here. These guys have so much talent on this offense, for this to be just completely stilted like this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But the play calling this year has left a lot to be determined. Mumbles, thank you for the $5 donation. Says Mafi looking like he's going to be an issue for the Ravens. Also, we are turning into the Broncos. Oh no. Yeah. We might just be turning into the Broncos, Mumbles. Well said, brother. It certainly kind of did look a little bit, starting to look a little bit like that. Holy hell. All right. Ravens come out now for a 1st and 10 here. After the Mafe strip sack, up 7-0 in this game. $8:27 to go. Ravens on the 16-yard line. Pop pass, little bubble screen there out to Babin. And Jordan Brooks does a good job of tracking it down. Ran on the cut with the $2 donation. Says Mafe with the strip sack. That's 6 games in a row. 6 games in a row with a sack for Mafe. Great stat, ran on the cut. Love that. Love it. And the kid is absolutely starting to turn it up. He's starting to find his beat a little bit here. And it's wonderful to see. We need it for sure. 2nd down and 8. Lamar in shotgun here. The give is going to be inside the running back on a delayed give. He's going to run this up the field for a 1st down. Got Seattle rushing up in their rush lanes there in the pass rush. Keaton Mitchell with the carry there, real fast back. First and 10. Lamar dropping back to throw. Pass rush bearing down. He rolls out of the pocket, throws back across his body. Hits his man there and slung down to the ground after a gain of 12 is Odell Beckham. Guard9, thank you for the $5 donation. Says Brando, straight up, I have money on this game in favor of Megan's team, but I got to admit, it's good to see Mafe being a dude. Mafe's being a dude, man, no doubt about that. He's been the best. Somebody was asking earlier, he's been the best player on this defense. Well, I think you can make the argument it's definitely been him. All right, give up the middle here to Mitchell again. Kid's fast, gets himself 8 yards. But going into the Baltimore is never easy to win. We're seeing in this game, this is a tough game to pull off. And the Ravens are slowly starting to run the ball better and better as this game goes along. Seattle able to be stiff at the top of this game and really not give much anything, but more and more now there's starting to be some holes opening up here. 2nd down and 1. Another carry, another nice run there of 5 yards by Mitchell. 1st down. Ron Chevalier, thank you for the subscribing, Ron. Appreciate you for that. Eunice Oquist, thank you for subscribing as well to the channel. Welcome aboard the Hawks Nest, and I appreciate you for subbing on up. First down and 10, 5:43 to go. Ravens at the 40-yard line of the Hawks. Give his inside again here. Nope. Read option keeper by Lamar. He's running free. And he's going to gain about 11 yards. Lamar already up to 56 yards rushing in this first half. Ball on the 28. Inside carry again here. Another 4 or 5 yard gain there by Mitchell. Byron D has been celebrating 19 months as a Hawks Nest member. Thank you for that, Byron D. How much is this on Gino? I don't like hating on this one guy, but it also looks like he doesn't have much time. Let's get creative. That's where it's going to be something, Byron, where people are going to look for a simplistic, viewpoint on this is the failure point here. It's just this thing. And I've been a Gino backer. Gino's not playing well in this game. But Waldron, to your point on that, the creativity's not been there either. What is he doing that's scheming up things to give some easy throws and easy completions here for Gino in this game? I don't really see it. And the rushing attack has been, for another week now, unable to do anything. And this is a great Ravens defense, so this is going to do this to a lot of offenses. But there's a difference between being slowed down and just completely stopped. Completely stopped and not having anything that you can do as far as some resistance goes here, Creativity would be nice to see employed here, Byron. That's for sure. Well said. Jonathan Salazar, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, if they go up by 14-0, it feels like the game is over. It's hard right now seeing this offense find 2 touchdown drives in this game as it stands right now. We're struggling to find first downs. I'm not giving up hope, but yeah, I think it's going to be hard to pull this back in at 14-0 down, especially because the Ravens are going to be able to lean all that much more into their rushing attack into the second half and just start bleeding that clock to death, and we're going to be in trouble. So, big important defensive potential stop here, hopefully. 1st and 10, carry up the middle again, another good long gain, and right now the Ravens are just kind of able to start to take it to this Hawks defensive line. They're getting push, they're getting holes opened up for this running back. Heaton on this drive, 4 carries, 37 yards. He is a small little guy, but he is very fast to the hole, and showing you that here on this drive. First and 10, 3:42 to go. Ravens. Lamar dropping back to pass here. Surveying the field. Completes it down. Great job by Moffitt to get all the way down the field to make the tackle there. But it will be first and goal. And Lamar's back there just comfortably, unlike Geno. Boy, the difference between the two of them on one just looking comfortable, free and easy back there versus the other one just looking a little tight, pressing. Certainly, Lamar's getting a little bit of a cleaner pocket, snap in and snap out. Yeah, that was just clean and wide open for him to just kind of survey the field and decide what he wanted to do there. First down and goal. Lamar's going to keep this one and get drugged down to the ground. Good job. I think it was Jordan Brooks there, able to get in the backfield. We do have a flag on the play. Thank you, Jonathan, for that $2 donation. Appreciate you. Well said. Samuel Carlson, thank you for the $2 donation as well. Says, terrible gap discipline and arm tackling. Shaking my head. And the penalty is going to be on Seattle, actually. So illegal hands to the face by Trey Brown. They've been calling on Seahawks corners quite a bit lately. Okay. Fifth illegal use of the hands penalty this season for the Hawks. That's the most in the NFL. Yeah, discipline's not been great on the last couple drives. It's outside the Mafe sack. Things aren't looking good defensively across the board here now. First and goal here, and that'll be a touchdown run. Easy peasy. Ravens go up 14-0. Sanchez, thank you for the $2 donation. Says time for Geno to get back in and throw in INTs. Yeah, this is a little rough and going here. 10 play, 84-yard drive, 5 minutes and 48 seconds consumed there on the clock by the Ravens. Just, we came into this game saying, okay, here's your measuring stick game. Where are you at as a team? Are you ready to ascend to a contender status, or can you become that team this year? And definitely didn't look at this team and thought we could come in here and necessarily even beat the Ravens, but you want to see them to put up a fight if they're going to consider themselves that. And right now, not a lot of fight. Not a ton of fight as it stands at the moment. Garth, dude, let Megan thing go, please, brother. I don't want to start that today. It doesn't go anyplace. It's please no, please. Thank you for the $5 donation though. I appreciate you for that. Jordan, thank you for the $5. Says can't keep leaving the defense on the field this long. Waldron is going to have to start scheming things open to make it easier for Geno. Agreed. Yes, I find myself in the same place. We've got to do something offensively here. You can't just keep 3 and outing, which it seems like we've been doing this weeks on end now. It's weeks on end of just 3 and outs, don't have any answers, don't have any creativity, don't have anything that we can really apply. Like, what do you got, Waldron? What do you got? You've got one of the most stacked wide receiver units that you'll find in football. You've got 3 viable tight ends to call upon. You've got 2 second-round running backs. How is it that we're in a place where your offense is non-functional week after week after week here? I'm happy to give a little bit of the blame to quarterback, happy to give some of the blame here to the offensive line, but this really should not be this bad with the amount of talent you're bringing to bear here. Like, this is a non-functional offense right now. See what they got here. 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go in this first half. Hawks first half possessions, punt, INT, punt. See what they got here now with Geno and the crew. Geno in a pistol look formation here, 1st and 10. Play action pass. Geno drops back to throw. He's looking. He's got DK Metcalf open. DK in the open field. DK running up the football field, still on his feet, all the way down to the 20-yard line. Big play to DK Metcalf. Boy, did the offense need that. DK just running a nice little flood route concept there with Tyler on the front end of it, a little crosser over the top, and Geno able to find him. DK with his first target of the game, and it'll go for about 60 yards. Seahawks on the 25-yard line now in the Ravens territory. 2 minutes to go here. And the Hawks are going to call a timeout. Randall, thank you for the $20 donations. Is not going to freak out. Need some play calling to generate first downs. Let's get our tight ends involved and loosen up the D. Some easy plays for Geno. It ain't over yet, that's for sure, Randall, and not looking for anybody to freak out, that's for sure as well. Thank you for the $20 donation. Just need to find some footing here and some rhythm offensively. And as I was saying there at the top, was we just saw with DK, you got a lot of talent on this team. The Ravens defense is going to be tough. It can keep you in lock throughout a day, but it shouldn't be able to shut us just completely down. We should be able to mount a little bit more of a fight than that. And that's what I want to see from the team here today, Randall, is just, I'm not looking for you going to a tough place like Baltimore, 10 a.m. like this game, and you just go in there and you're going to blow them out or beat the hell out of them. It's hard to do. Might be the best team in the AFC we're playing today, but make a fight of it, right? Make a fight of it. And the play calling, that's the main thing at the forefront here with Waldron. Where's your rhythm? What are we going to do here on this Ravens defense? We know how they're attacking us now this first half. Where's our adjustment going to be in? How do you deal with the stack fronts they're sending at you? Where's the turn a little bit? But glad to hear you're still calm and cool and collected, Randall, as you ever are. That's good to hear, my man. And thank you for the $20 donation. I do appreciate it. Megan, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, thank you for your concern, B, but nothing Gar says today is upsetting me. New day, new week, all good here. Sounds good, Megan. I just thought we keep it on the point of things. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you. And see if our Hawks can make a game of this a bit. Silas with a $2 donation says the Ravens are much better than us. Jesus. Thank you for the $2 donation. Well, they've played better than us across the board through this first half. I mean, the only place that we've hung with them on has been the special teams unit. But offensively and defensively, they've given it to you a bit in this first half. There are only 14 points on the board. We're down here at the 25. We have an ability to still make this a game. But offensively, we can't just lean on this defense to expect that they're going to have to carry the day for us. Offense is going to have to do its part here. And this drive's got to be about touchdowns, not field goals. 1st and 10 here. Geno back in shotgun, 3 wide receivers. Play action pass. Quick pressure again on Geno. He's able to go find Tyler Lockett for the catch. And clock will continue to roll. 2nd and 3. This is kind of ideal here when you're trying to roll this clock down through the 2 minutes because you can kind of just go to a run here, get the first, keep the clock rolling. Seahawks have 2 timeouts. Geno, he's going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. I'd like to see him do some more of here is just take some more time to assess what they're doing on this line. It gives to Charbonnet. And indeed, he's going to push forward for a first down run of 4 yards. Love the play calling there by Waldron. Aware of the clock, aware of what's happening with that as well. Looks like the Ravens are going to probably call their first timeout to try to preserve some time. But I like being aware of that. It's very smart there on their part. Daniel Corey, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate you for doing that. Welcome aboard. And if you haven't already, please do sub on up to the channel. We're on the road here. 15,000 is the mark we're opening it this year. We're going to blow right past here, it looks like. Thanks to you, Daniel, and as well as all the rest who have subbed up today. Thank you so very much for doing that. I do appreciate it. Marcus B28 with a $2 donation says the only teams that have not scored today are in the NFC West. That's brutal. They're second half teams, Marcus. That's all. We're just second half teams. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Geno and shotgun. Ravens showing a pressure-based look. Kind of dropping out of it. Geno. Oh, he had DK in the back of the end zone. Would have been a tough catch. Cameraman kind of screwed up there. Didn't get the camera over there to even see what happened till late in the play. Oh, yeah. Geno just kind of ducked one in there again to DK. I don't know why he short hops those throws to DK so much. I don't know. Maybe he was just feeling like got to give here out of shotgun on 2nd and 10. Man, the offensive attack by Waldron today is bleh. Unimaginative, uninventive, and saltine cracker. Saltine cracker bland. 3rd down and 11. Tough down and distance against this Ravens front. You've been having a hard time holding up in pass protection for even 2.5 seconds. You're going to need Geno to hold the ball for a good 3+ here to get these routes developed down the field. Everything has been tough sledding here for the Hawks this first half, especially offensively. Ravens are showing a blitz, and they're bringing it. Ball's tipped up into the air. Another tip pass on Geno Smith here. 4th down and 11. The Hawks are going to have to take the field goal. That's it. So Myers will come out and attempt a field goal here. He's 14 of 18 on the season. This will be a 33-yard attempt for him. Kick is up, and the kick will be good. So 14-3 Ravens. Ravens have 1 timeout remaining and 59 seconds to go on the clock here in the first half. Concierge Nolan, thank you for the $2 donation. Mr. Nolan says, Geno tossing several wobblers. Strange. Yeah, the throw like there in the back of the DK. When he ever throws to DK, it's like his arm turns to jello on some of these throws. It was happening last week all over the place, and I couldn't figure it out what was happening. Like he would dust these balls up. We're going, put it in a catchable position for your 6'4" gargantuan receiver. Give him an opportunity to go make the catch. But like we saw in that throw there's nothing DK can do when you throw it a foot in front of where you're supposed to get the pass to. And I know he's under a lot of pressure here, but part of what makes Geno is supposed to be the accuracy. And it definitely been waning here. I think wobblers is a good way of putting it. A lot of wobblers today. Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. And I don't know I know the pressure is a part of it, but part of it's just bad throws. Both him and Waldron are just kind of scuttling right now. Blitz Spectre, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you for answering that call to join up here and become part of the nest. Very, very much appreciated. And thank you as well for all the folks on donations and whatnot too. Hope I didn't miss anybody here. Appreciate you for all that. So 59 seconds to go. Kick will go to the back of the end zone. So the Ravens will take out over here at the 25-yard line. Hawks are going to show a 2-high safety look. Ravens will come out with a 3-wide set. 4-man up around the line of scrimmage. Pass out wide and completed. Odell Beckham. Fumble. I'm not sure if they're calling it down or not. That was a weird play. So they're calling it, I guess, a fumble. It looked like he was down to me. But it looks like the official was just letting it play out because he was unsure. Ooh. I don't know. That might be a fumble. He's on top of Trey Brown on the play, so he's not technically down. God, you can't get a good angle for our life on this. It looks like it might be a legit fumble here, folks. He spun around on the ground and spun on top of Trey Brown and then loses the ball before the ball comes out. That's a fumble. That's a fumble, baby. That's Hawk ball. That's Hawk ball. Odell had the ball out like a loaf of bread as he's being spun around, and Trey Brown spins around on top of him. And then Odell Trey Brown knocks it out. Trey Brown gets a hand in there as he's spinning it around. That's just a phenomenal tackle by Trey Brown. But everything on this play appears to be, he keeps him up off the ground. It looks legit to me. Big play, Trey. Yeah, he keeps the knee off the ground. What an insane play, folks. If you get it, this is another one's hard to even explain how this happened. Trey Brown twirling him around to the ground to try to pull him down and just get him down, and he pulls him on his body. And then while he's pulling him on his body, Trey Brown gets a hand in there as well on top of it and dislodges the ball from Odell. And I don't see at any point in time, the ball is completely loose. By the time Odell's leg touches the ground, that ball is out. Out. Huge play here. I don't know how you can't stay with the call on the field here. That thing's out. Yeah, that's out. There's no ankle. There's his foot's on the, no, that thing is out. Let's go. You got to give it to us on that one, especially the call on the field being a fumble. There's enough evidence there. They got 4 close shots that all show very clearly what it is, what's going on. Russell Marquez says, with a $2 donation, thank you, Russell, says, good God, y'all. It's football, baby. It's football, baby. What a tackle by Trey Brown. And Odell just had that thing out, flopping around like a fish on the pier. That ball. Call stands, let's go. Let's go. Go on, Trey. That away, boy. Let's go. What a play by Trey. Huge defensive play by your Seahawks here. 49 seconds to go. Hawks have 2 timeouts. Trey Brown making a sensational play to knock that free. Seahawks defense coming up big here and giving the Hawks an opportunity here in this first half. Geno and shotgun. 3 wide. Another ball knocked down on Geno here. They're getting their hands up on those quick throws. And it's a different guy every time. It's not even the same guy. Second down and 10. Seahawks with only 110 yards in this half. That's the fewest that they've gotten in a half this season so far. That's saying something. Second down and 10. Geno and shotgun. Blitz heavy look dropped out by the Ravens. And then they still get pressure for a sack. Kyle Van Noy gets in there. Third down and 21. Offense has just been miserable this half. Outside of that DK completion, you can get seemingly nothing done here against, and it's a great Ravens defense. They've been legit. They showed they've been legit here throughout this game, but holy hell, is the offense just, we've looked like a league worst offense. Like we got no talent out there almost, is like in this first half. It's pretty crazy. Third and 21. Ball's going to be stripped. Strip sack. Back to the Ravens. Kyle Van Noy back-to-back plays with 2 sacks. It's kind of like it just every play a snap for this Ravens defense feels like every defender's in the backfield, like right after the snap too, just about every play. Woo! Oh, Mumbles, thank you for 12 months of membership on the channel. Lamar back in shotgun now with 33 seconds left to go. Hawks offense can't take the gift the defense gave. It's going to run it up the middle here, drug down for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. It'll bring second down 10, 28 seconds to go. Feed me says, Memo says, defense, let's go. Well, they're trying. Holy hell, they're trying. Samuel Carlson, thank you for the $2 donation, says our O-line was atrocious on that drive. It's been bad throughout the course of this game. Yep. Yeah. You got multiple guys getting their butts whooped off the snap there. And so there's no just snap after snap. Come on. Nobody's able to hold up at all right now. Second down and 8. 28 seconds to go here in this first half. Lamar looking. He'll get drugged out of bounds. Gain of a yard or two, maybe. This will bring up third down. And yeah, Samuel, atrocious that last drive. I think they've been pretty atrocious too here throughout the course of this game. You're not creating any holes in the. You're not creating any holes in the run game. And the pass protection is not holding up at all. Waldron also is certainly. What is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. 3rd and 21. I won't complain about it anymore. Is what it is there. 3rd and 6. 21 seconds to go here. Lamar back in shotgun. 3 wide receiver look. 2 high safety look countered by Seattle. Lamar will drop back to pass. And he will complete it. This will make the field goal attempt a little bit easier for the Ravens here. And Justin Tucker will come out and try to make this a 2-touchdown game at the half. $37-yarder here for Justin Tucker. And that kick will be up, and that kick will be through. Brandon Taylor, thank you for the $5 donation. I do appreciate you for that, Brandon. Says, Geno has been swatted at the line of scrimmage 3 times this game. Sacks, INT, fumble now. What the F is going on? Defense can only do so much. Cross looks really bad too. Yeah, I think that's where we come down to there being a lot of blame to be handing out here, Brandon, in this first half with this offensive performance. And there's certainly, I guess we could get to a place of putting a little more blame on certain people's shoulders more than others. But your pass protection is not holding up. Geno's decision-making has been bad. Swatted down at the line of scrimmage 3 times. Randall's asking a bit above wire play, so slow to develop, which I'm seeing the same thing, Randall. It does look like as well. You got the quick hitting plays are getting knocked down at the line of scrimmage when you are trying to just, throw stuff and get it out. But why not more bubble screens? Why not a use of a little bit, maybe some fly screen stuff? Why not maybe run a little bit of just traditional screens with as much as that they're trying to blitz in that first half where the Ravens, at least to begin through the first quarter and about a half, they've kind of dialed it back at the end there. But yeah, the line doesn't look good today at all. Obviously doing nothing in the ground game as well. Geno Smith in that moment there, just no feel in the pocket for the pass rush coming around his backside on that play. He's been out of sorts as well here. It's Eskridge is going to pick this up, and this will end out the half. So I'm not sure. And Cross has not looked great since coming back off the toe injury. Maybe that's still bothering him, I guess. But that's Kyle Van Noy. That's not Nick Bosa like you're going to be facing in a couple weeks. And he just straight beat you right around the edge. I'm not sure what to make of that either, Brandon. Not sure what to make of what I'm seeing from this offensive performance at this point. I've been willing to give a lot of benefit of the doubt here and the struggles and having the offensive line beat up as they've been beat up. But this is, like I said, it looks like a league worst offense in that first half. The Ravens defense is great. I understand that, but you shouldn't be completely drawn to a standstill like this, offensively speaking, in that first half. And it is across the board that I think you got to, when you look at blame from the offensive line to Geno to Waldron, there's plenty of folks to step forward and kind of own it there. Female Seahawks, thank you for the $2 donation. Says the O-line guys, stop blaming Geno. There's a lot of it's the O-line. Some of it's been Geno. Yeah, some of it's been him. Snail, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, fire Waldron tonight. I'm definitely not impressed with him this year. I was so impressed by what he did last year, and this year it has been everything just seems stagnant, immobile, no motion, no pre or post snap motion. None of the conceptual stuff you see teams like Miami utilizing this year offensively are we really factoring in. And again, I don't know why. Randall with a $5 donation says, why are all our plays so slow to develop? Another one where I wish I had a good answer for you in this, Randall. I do think you've got 3 knockdowns at the line of scrimmage in this half where those are definitely going to be quick plays. Geno's just trying to get the ball out of, and the Ravens seem to be aware on those plays that's what the Hawks are trying to do because the Ravens defensive linemen are getting their hands up and are well timing those through. But not a lot of inventive design, not a lot of, I would have leaned into more play action passes off under center in this game against this Ravens team. I would have had a couple more rollouts with Geno rolling to the right side, especially with that post-snap action that they like to work in. I mean, they even did it last week with Bobo in the Browns game, and then they decide that they just won't use it anymore. And that's that you have Bobo start or you have a tight end start to one side of the field. You play action pass, roll back to the other side of the field, and then they post-snap motion. They work it back across the field. And a lot of times it can be where that guy's wide open and no defender picks him up in coverage. And it's at least an easy 4 or 5 or 6 yard gain out there for you to be had. But in this game today, everything looks like it's been in recent weeks. Everything looks remarkably hard offensively speaking. It looks like just nothing is in sorts or locked in, and it doesn't make any sense. And I'm running out of excuses to be able to provide here. I really am. Whether it's Waldron, whether it's Geno, whether it's the offensive line, this should be better than this. That's the bottom line of it, you know. I mean that's where we'll see what they do in this half. But if it plays out like it has in this first half, this is an offense that's wildly underperforming from where they should be at this point, and can't just lean on the excuses of we don't have 100% of our health out there, so we that's why. I can't go there as much now, you know. Mumbles, I know we got a couple other donations here. Bear with me one sec. I need to get a little more coffee, and I will be right back. One sec. Okay, folks, thank you for bearing with me. Sorry about that. Mumbles, thank you for the $5 donations. Says, okay, I'm done with Geno. Been with you, B, but he's not playing well, and Locke can't do much worse at this point. But we aren't going to bench Geno. I know it. I'm okay if people want to reach this point with it, and as I said with the Geno debate and all that other stuff with it, I do still feel like I'm in basically the same place, but I'm getting more and more to understanding the folks that are in the camp of not, being happy with what they're seeing from Geno. I think the line's not protected well today. I want him to play better. And, he still is dealing with the things where pass protection is not great. The running game's not consistent. Got to kind of carry the day, but he's also not even somewhat carrying the day. He's coming not even in the vicinity of, helping to rise up. And maybe the expectation shouldn't be there to do that. But as you say, it is rough. It's tough here for me because it's just, I'm looking at all the way around on this one too, where my mind goes like line, what is going on? Then at Waldron, what is going on? Then Geno, what is going on? I feel like I'm spinning a little bit on where the place is in my mind to settle up with. But, he's not looked comfortable throughout the course of this season. He's not looked like he did through the first 12 games of last year. I've long thought that this is because of the fact that it's the line, and that's a big part of what's happening here, and the inability to run and him just being under an onslaught of pressure. But I just keep coming to the bottom line on it. Whether that is the case or not, you got to play better. That interception throw where he just threw it up for grabs just for the hell of it. Waiting a quarter and a half to target DK Metcalf, and then you finally do, and you get a 50-yarder on it. What? What are we doing? Right? What are we doing? I don't know. I'm unsure on what I'm seeing with this offense, and very much surprised. As surprised as I've been by the defense and how well they have played this year, is as surprised as I am by the offense and some of their ineptitude out there on the other side of things. Daquan with a $5 donation says, now just imagine what the Niners D-line will do against this O-line. I'm going to try not to think about it too much, but yeah, if you think that this Ravens front's doing what they're doing here, and that's he's under an onslaught right now, what is it going to be like with the Niners? What will it be like with the Eagles? What will it be like with the Cowboys? It's part of one of the reasons that this game is a game to measure yourself up about where you're at. And, as good as the defense is, good as special teams is, right now the team's not in a contending state here if this offense is going to play like this. This is not a contending offense. And it can't just all be blamed upon the Ravens just being so good. There's weeks of it kind of going on now, and it's not trending in a great direction. We'll see what they have to answer the line here on the second half, but it certainly is both surprising, disappointing, and starting to look like it could be a thing that ends up holding this team back from getting to a contending point, which is surprising to say. The amount of talent and resources that have been invested in this offense, you should not be this stopped week in and week out across the board. Jonathan Salazar, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, Geno has no pocket presence at all. I understand the O-line has been bad, but you have to feel that, man. Not saying to put in Locke. Geno is not him. I think these are all fair takes. And I think that the pocket presence stuff has been a bit lacking this year at times from Geno. And that place there on a 3rd and 21, that the pass rushers are going to be pinning their ears back. You're not likely to get the first down. Keep the field, keep a punt out, keep them away from getting a field goal there at the end, like you put them in a position to go get by that fumble, and that's where times where Geno, you compound mistakes, you compound problems. The offensive line, poor pass protection, that's a problem, but then you compound it when you put a bad decision on the other side of that. And there's a bit too much of that happening, and also why it gets hard to chicken or egg this one as far as where the issues truly all come into play, because there's kind of multiple points to sort of blame out there a bit. But I get what you're saying, Jonathan. I do, man. And I don't think you're going to be alone in the chat in your outlook on that one either. Silas McDonald, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, if we don't call timeout on that 3rd and 21, they don't score. Yeah, I don't know why we're calling timeout on that play either. Other than just the desperation of their thinking they can actually get a first down on that play, which is ridiculous. The coaching staff to look at that and go, yeah, we'll be able to pass protect for long enough get the routes down the field for 20 yards. Not, we've been watching the same game, right? But that's well said, Silas. Well caught on your part. Very strange, some of the decision making. Wu-Tang, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, we cannot keep trying to live in the pocket against this defense. Need some play action and some guile and creativity. We know Geno's limitations. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautifully put on your part. I would love to see that as well. More, get him on the move. Roll him out. Play action pass. They showed the stat in the first half, 1 of 1 for 18 yards. And I'm looking at that stat going, well, why has he only had 1 play action pass? You can't throw the ball, so why shouldn't there be like 7 or 8 of those play action passes at that point? If he's so successful, just the one you've run? Kind of strange, huh? Jeffrey, thank you again. All the donations, you guys. Appreciate you. Jeffrey with a $5 donation says, I knew we'd lose, but I'd assumed we'd be more competitive. Understand you're a Geno supporter, not winning a Super Bowl with him without a generational defense. Well, maybe a fair take on this one. And definitely I've been a Geno supporter, but like I say, with all things that I believe or think, I'm not married to an opinion with more data that comes in. And the thing with making my assessment with Geno and the hesitancies I've had have said, okay, he's been down his offensive line for the majority of this season. It is an early part of the year. We haven't even gotten halfway into the year. I've wanted to have my time that I could take to really make that a full assessment about where he is as a player and who he is as a quarterback and what he brings to this team. And that assessment's going to go on throughout the course of this year for me. But at the same point in time, people that arrive at the spot of this being a game on the heels of a lot of some recent games here where there have been some bad decision-making, bad throws, where he's just not seeing things clearly, where the pocket presence isn't holding up. I understand people that land in that place of things, Jeffrey. I do. And I'm not going to try to push back too hard on your guys' direction of it. He's got to play better than this. That's the bottom line of this. This is not good enough. And I think people are okay for pointing that out. I think he can have an offensive line not necessarily pass protecting well and say, yeah, and Geno's got to play better. Those both things don't have to be one or the other. I think that they can be both. And I'm definitely starting to land a little bit more closer into that range myself, Jeffrey. But thank you for that donation. Randall, thank you for another $5 donation. It says, we have the personnel and offense to be multifaceted. Running back, tight end, and wide receiver. Refusal to use any of them consistently. No identity today. Yet to adapt. Those 2 points that you put on the end of it, I think, Randall, we could probably apply to this offense throughout the majority of this season, right? Where what has been our identity? Who are we? What do we do? We kind of want to run. We kind of want to throw short like West Coast, but then we kind of want to throw deep. Kind of want to here and there maybe a little bit of bubble screen. Kind of a little bit of play action pass, kind of a little bit of everything, but not any one thing of anything, not any kind of identity at all that you form yourself around. And that's certainly stood out with this offense is it's not clear in how they're attempting to attack defenses week in and week out, how they're attempting to go at what could be some weaknesses of defenses at times. Don't see that. And then the adaptation. Yeah. Where's the adaptation to what's happening in front of you? Where it's now, okay, this is going like this. We've got to do this to change this on the other side to kind of deal with this thing that we didn't think we were going to have to deal with leading up into this game. I think that's well put on your part. And as I say earlier, as you say, multifaceted, running backs, tight ends, wide receivers, too much talent on this offense not to be more productive, not to be able to get more consistently moving the chains. That's the point of having this offense is less of the 3 and outs, less of the whole quarters and a half where you have no productivity, 2 quarters. That's the point of sliding to this type of offense. And it's not providing that right now. And it's hard to find a lot of reason for that, Randall, that's for sure. All right, we have the start here now of the third quarter here. It will be kicked into the back of the end zone, so Lamar and company will take over here at the 25-yard line. Lamar back in shotgun. Thank you as well for all the donations. I see a couple more here I'll get to in just a second. The give is inside here to Gus Edwards on first down. Big, huge open hole for him, still on his feet, and he's going to run this for 20, 30 yards, still not tackled, 40, 50 yards. All the way down to the 30 on the first play of the half. Just a big old monstrous hole opened up there in the middle. And so first and 10 now, all the way down at the Seahawks 33-yard line. Lamar back in shotgun. give for a couple yards. Primo, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, frustrating half. Going to be a long day. It's got the makings of that. Yeah, I'm starting to get that same feel here, Primo. I think we got the makings of what's going to be a very long, long day. Thank you, though, for the donation, brother. I appreciate you for that. Rodney Prescio, thank you for the $2 dono. I don't know why, but this team is not that good. They should be better than they're showing right now, Rodney, that's for sure. I didn't expect to win this game, but I expected you to give a much better fight to the Ravens than you're giving right now. And that's the part that's got me a little bit surprised. But great coverage there by Jordan Brooks, knocking the ball free of the running back, trying to run a 9 route on him on the outside, and he stays step for step with him there. Great job. 3rd and 6 here for the Ravens. But like you said, I think that's a good way to put it. I don't know why as well. You know, why aren't you playing better? Why isn't this offense doing more? Waldron's in his 3rd season. He should be getting more comfortable. Gino's back as 2nd-year starter. He should be more comfortable. The chemistry between him and DK Metcalf should be better, not worse. I don't know. I'm not sure why either. But bottom line's the bottom line on that. That's for sure on that, Rodney. Thank you for that dono. 3rd and 6, empty look here for Lamar. Dropping back to pass. He's going to assess here, and there will be a completion for a short gain. This will bring up 4th down, so it'll be 4th and about 4. So what the Ravens decide to do here, probably take the points, I would imagine. And that does look like what they're going to do. Snail, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, only reason to bench Gino is if they want to RPO. There you go. Well, maybe RPO is the saving grace today, Snail. Got to try everything, I guess. I don't think that they're going to bench Gino either on that. All right, Tucker out now for the field goal attempt. He kicks it up, and that one will be hit through. So the Ravens will take a 23 lead here on the Hawks. Jeffrey Thistle, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, when I watch our quarterback play side by side with Joe Burrow and Jackson, the difference is obvious. I can only feel jealous as we'll never pick in the top 5. Well, remember with Lamar, the Ravens didn't get him until the end of the 1st round. So sometimes these quarterbacks don't always have to go in that high spot of it to get a decent one. But your bottom line point's right. We're not going to be in the top 5 anytime soon to go get them in there. That's for sure. But yeah, just there's in particular with watching Gino this year. I mean, going beyond anything else, just his comfort in the pocket, and he was cool, calm, and collected last year through those first 12 games, where he was really, I'm going to hit my back foot, let it rip, trust my reads. He was on it with the details, and this year it's been, to me, just way more erratic. And there not being any point where he felt at any spot in these games where he's comfortable or in rhythm. It just feels like he's kind of searching for himself a little bit. I don't know why. Thank you, though, Jeffrey, for all the donos. Ski Nation, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, did we cut Leonard Williams already? No, I guess he's been out there. Maybe a little bit. I don't know if they've given him a lot of run. He's not registered to sack or anything. There any take-backs? David, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, I understand Gino not being the guy, but I don't agree with the idea that Locke would be better. Gino still gives the better chance to win. I'm with that, David. I think there'll be people calling for all sides on this. And you know what they always say? The backup quarterback is always the most popular man in town, especially if he has actually some talent, which Drew Lock does. I agree with you. I don't know that Drew does pass somebody saying, well, put Drew Lock in because it just can't be worse. Okay. But, I don't know that you're not going to Drew Lock because that's an answer that's going to work necessarily either on the other side of it. Is he going to do any better against this onslaught of a pass rush of the Ravens? Probably not, to your point on that, David. It's where we come down to Gino just needing to play better. But thank you, David. Appreciate that $5 donation, and well said on your part. Silence, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, our young core needs a young quarterback with them. Trade our future and Gino and get up to number 1 for Williams. We have enough young talent unless the Cards hold the number 1 pick. Well, I appreciate that $5 donation, and I know you've done multiple donos today, Silas, so thank you for all those donations today. I'm not against trading up. We, of course, have never seen our Hawks trade up in the first round in their given history with John Schneider and Coach Carroll, so it does not seem to be always something that they want to do necessarily or see a value in doing. And this kickoff is going to be driven deep for Eskridge, and it'll go through the back of the end zone. Hawks will take over at the 25-yard line. The other tough part about this, Silas, is if you do have the intuition to want to move up, is it gets then hard to find a team that's willing to trade with you. They're going to want to make the pick of those quarterbacks. All right, 1st and 10 here for Gino and company back on the field. 12:44 to go in this third quarter. The give is going to be to Walker. Early penetration there. And this Ravens defensive line right now is manhandling everyone along the offensive line and the tight ends in that case, in Disley's case there. Just, I don't know if anybody's landing their blocks right now. And the Ravens defense is giving it to us. Not a yard gain by Walker there, 2nd and 10. Nick, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you for doing that, Nick. So, Silas, I'm definitely okay with trading up, and the team may eventually do that this year. It's just those are the parameters that make it hard to pull that off. Is I think you only got a couple quarterbacks going in the top 15 this year, and there's a lot of teams that need QBs. Gino, play action pass. Under pressure instantly again, throws it away, 3rd down and 10. Yeah. The Ravens completely had that whole play snuffed out. They know exactly what's coming every snap. You just saw Roquan Smith totally read what was happening on that play prior to the snap, raised his hand, knew it was coming up through that play. 3rd down and 10. And we're going to have a false start by the Hawks. Might as well just hand this off and give it back to the defense. Whew. Nick, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you. False start. This will bring it back to 3rd and 15. Garth Knight, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, listen, the Legion of Boom and their wisdom stands by Gino. Who could stand against their opinion? No, there'll be an ever-growing sentiment of Hawk fans. I'm guessing that probably will. But he's had a lot of backers, man, and I've been a backer of him. I know he's capable of playing better than this. It's not all him. I'm not putting it all on him here, but 3rd and 15, Gino dropping back to throw. Pressure. Going to throw this out to Charbonnet. Charbonnet will get about a 5-yard gain. Hawks will then have to punt. Thank you for the $5 donation. Garth, appreciate you for that. We will be doing as well, folks. Just want to give you guys a heads up on this. I'll be doing a Bleacher Report post-game show here on over on the Bleacher Report app. So if you click down the description link of the section there, I've got a link to the show. You do have to download the app, of course, to see it, but I will be over on that side of things here after the game today. We're gonna have to wind it up quick after the game, so we got a punt return, nice punt return here by the Ravens, all the way up to the 50-yard line. Hawks look like they're defeated right now across the board. The body language on everything all across the board is just kind of defeated a little bit. Even the special teams unit there, and DJ Dallas is still on the ground there after the play. But I do, for the folks, when we get to the end of this, if you guys do a bunch of dono drops after the game on that, I got to sign off quick after the game. So just want to let you guys know that. I'll be back with a post-game discussion later on tonight, but I've got to definitely do a quick sign-off and bounce. They want me to bounce right over there after the game. So just want to give you guys a heads up on that, but I will be putting that link. Link is down there in the description section. Whew. Brutal game. Brutal game. Jason Peters, Seattle has had a very easy schedule. They have had an easy schedule. This was a game that was going to let you know about where you stood. Measuring stick kind of game. And I think we've been able to measure up that we don't quite measure up at this point. There's a lot of season left. This isn't an ending situation or anything like that, but that's what this game was. It was an opportunity to get a better metric of where your team is at. No backup quarterbacks, no teams with the best players struggling struggling or beat up or anything like that. This was going to be one to let you know. And unfortunately, they've let us know maybe we're not ready yet. Maybe it is just year 2 of the rebuild. Rodney, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, I got tired of Geno saying this is on me, then goes out the next week, plays the same way, and makes the same mistakes. No wonder why he was a backup. Well, it's fair enough to maybe say with some of the way he's playing here recently. I'll say that with it. Given side here by the running back, drugged down to the ground here for a loss of 1. Nice job. Thank you, Rodney, for the $5 donation. I appreciate you for that. And I get it. Like I say, I'm not. I've been a backer of Geno throughout the course of this year, and I've stood up for him quite a bit. I'm not going to stand up for it when the performance is not good. I'm not saying I'm looking to have him benched or I'm not looking to be out on Geno at this point. But for those that find themselves in a place of being disgruntled, and nice job by Jamal there on a little tunnel screen there to Mark Andrews. Did a great job of coming up and making the play. But I get those folks that come with that sentiment at this point right now, and I'm not pushing back on it today. I'll tell you that. I'm not today. All right, 3rd and 8. Important play here in this game right now with 10:14 to go. Hawks defense is trying to give their offense an opportunity here. Ravens at the 41-yard line in their own territory. Lamar back to throw. Lamar completes it. Knocked down just a little bit short of the first down. Julian Love, good job on Mark Andrews to keep him just short. And what do the Ravens do here? Do they get ballsy and decide to go for this? The book would tell you to punt this, but they need about a yard, and they're going to go for it. 4th and 1. Jesus, Seattle jumps off sides, and they're going to give them the first down. Golly. When it rains, it pours, man. Sanchez, thank you for the $2 donation. Says 7 of 16, an interception, a lost fumble, 3 batted balls. All pro. Gareth Knight, thank you for the $5. Am I the only one who thinks Jim Harbaugh's older brother is capable of filming teams and their tendencies via a dude with hat and sunglasses? Older brother is capable of filming teams and their tendencies via a dude with a hat and sunglasses. Yeah, they look like they're dirty as hell with what they've done, Garth. Some of that stuff they've taken it to the next level too. There's gamesmanship, and then there's, like in baseball, wearing a buzzer in your jersey. 1st and 10 for Lamar now. Pistol option look here, and he's going to be drugging down the backfield. Is Keaton Mitchell there? Jordan Brooks remains on the ground here for a moment. You all right, Jordan? Come on, buddy. Jordan's going to limp on over to the sideline. 2nd and 13. He made a hell of a play there in the backfield. Hopefully Jordan's all right. He's been so important for the Hawks this year. Gingerly making his way to the sideline there on that play. Leonard Williams did a good job on that by stringing that play out first. So we do have a Leonard Williams signing. Jordan looks like he's going to be okay. He's tapping his foot. 2nd and 14 now. Nice job by Jamal again on this drive here, coming up and smacking the man down as soon as he makes the catch. Great job by Jamal there. 3rd down and long. 3rd and 18. Defense showing some fight here. 3rd and 18. Lamar dropping back to throw. No pressure at all. He's got all day to sit down. Finds Mark Andrews wide open. Mark Andrews still on his feet. Seahawks are unable to tackle him. He's going to take this for 17 yards on 3rd down. They left Mark Andrews, the most heavily targeted player on the football field today for the Baltimore Ravens, wide open in the middle of the field for some weird reason. I don't know. 4th and 1. Ravens are going to go for it. No surprise here as they're on the edge of the field goal range here. The give is going to be to Lamar. Lamar is going to take this and get drugged down for a 1st down, no problem. Megan, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, I had a feeling throwing Williams into this game was the wrong move. Just saying. First down and 10. Drug down to the ground here. 2nd and 7. He's got a couple plays in there, but I mean, it's hard on this one to look at the Williams one, Megan, where it's, to me, this is, I know the defense hasn't played necessarily great here as we've gone on in this game, but they've done enough, couple turnovers on the road. You knew the Ravens are going to move a little bit offensively. It's more of the offense to me on this one that stands as the highest point that we're looking at. 2nd down and 6. Lamar dropping back to throw. He completes this to Odell Beckham down to the 15-yard line for a 1st and 10. Hawks brought a blitz there. Odell makes the catch. First down and 10. Bubble screen out to Mark Andrews for his 9th catch of the game. Big gain of 6 yards and a 1st down. 5:15 to go on the clock now. Second down and 5. Ravens got 3 trips in the red zone today. 2 touchdowns, 1 field goal. Lamar back in a pistol look. The give is to Mitchell. Fumble. Lamar's able to pull it back into his hand there. This will bring up 3rd down. Third down and 9. Clock continues to roll through this 3rd quarter. It's been a long drive. 7 minutes taken off the clock. Bubble screen here. And he'll be knocked down on a short gain. This will bring up 4th down. Ravens will go for another field goal. The kick is up. The kick is good by Justin Tucker. Hits his 3rd one of the day. And the Ravens are going to take a 3-touchdown lead here on the Hawks. Jeffrey Thistle with the $2 donation says the Ravens defensive coordinator is up in the box with our whole playbook. It's what it seems like. That's definitely what it seems like. I mean, their defense has been a step ahead of our offense all day. I mean, they're not confused, and the whole thing about this offense with what Waldron brought in here is it's supposed to be an offense that comes out and shows you the same looks over and over again, but you run every kind of variation out of that look, and so then it's very hard to predict pre-snap what you're supposed to be doing. But that doesn't seem to be what's been going on these past couple of weeks. It seems at times that these defenses are on all the little details of knowing what we're doing play in and play out, and they're picking it up and they're reading it. And it does make it seem like they're a step ahead. Tough game. Tough game. Tough offensive performance here today. Duquan Quack, thank you for the $10 donation. I do appreciate you for that. It says, the problem today has been the offense. They are playing straight booty butt cheeks. The defense is completely gassed right now, but still fighting. This game feels only familiar. Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time coming out of this game and doing a ton of going at the defense in this one myself. The defensive performance could be better, but at the forefront of this, we've got to me, start and kind of end with the offense on this one, because this has now been week after week. You've been putting the defense out on the field. That stuff accumulates and adds up. You start having them play too many snaps. It just starts to add up. This is an offensive problem on this game above all else. And, the defense could play a little bit better, but it gave you some opportunities in this game too. And if you could have done something from a momentum standpoint on the offensive side of the ball, the defense probably would have looked a lot better today than they've have. So I'm not going to come down and really do a lot of pointing too harshly at the defense in this one myself. You got 4 first downs on the day, 5 punts, and an INT. Like it's been an offensive shit show. I mean, let's just call it what it is, right? It's been that. Undoubted. All right, here's the kickoff. Here we go. Gino and the crew coming back out on the field. First and 10, Gino in shotgun. Ravens bringing a blitz. Gino gets it out of his hands quickly. Nice throw over to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Be a gain of 8. Blitzes have given the Hawks problems today from the Ravens. They've been very creative in how they've utilized them. Give is going to be into Walker here. Walker will take it outside, bouncing outside for a nice little run here and a first down. There we go. Back-to-back plays by the Hawks. Up some positivity. That'll work a little bit. 3:02 left to go here in the third quarter, but we do have a flag. Looks like it's holding on Evan Brown. Second and 12. Ravens bringing a blitz. Ravens bring a blitz. They're all over it. It's a give to Walker in the backfield, tackle for a 4-yard loss. Ravens are running this Hawks team off the field right now. And there is no Right now, the Waldron's got no counter for the blitz game of the Ravens. Waldron or Gino have no answer for it at all. Like there's no play they can call upon. There's no screen. There's no nothing. If the Ravens want to bring a blitz, it's kind of kills the play. DOA on arrival. Holy hell, dude. Almost another pick six thrown there by Gino to Hamilton. 4th and 16. Mercy. Mercy. Mumbles, thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate you for that. Says, is it me or whenever we have Lewis in at guard, the O-line is terrible? I think he's been certainly not good this year. And another one of those surprises along a lot of surprises on this offense where you look at it and you go, you're going into a contract year. You're coming off a solid year last year, 71 grade by PFF. And you look at him this year coming into this game, and I don't know if it's injury that's caused him the problem, but he's looking diminished as a player. You know, he's looking less as a guard than what he was last year. And I guess it must be injuries. But don't have much like a lot of things in this offense. They usually have some pretty good explanations for why things happen or what's occurring or why things are going the way they're going. Today, don't have a lot of explanations for it, you know. But certainly, yeah, when Damien's been in, they've been terrible. I think even when Damien's been out, Mumbles, they haven't been necessarily really good. They weren't good when Haynes was in there at left guard, you know. So line's kind of been bad all the way around through this year, that's for sure. Thank you for your donation, though, man. Appreciate all the donos in the chat today. I wish I had better explanations for what I'm seeing out here. I'm going to have to just sort of think about. I'm trying not to go to the simplistic explanation, but it is what it is. This is a measuring stick game. We have a chance to measure up of, are we a contender or not this year? Are we a team that can go out there and compete with the big boys in the NFL? Or are we merely good? Because it's not to say that we're bad, but I think where we're at right now and understanding the schedule that's due to be coming up here into the future, you know, it's going to be on this team to try to show something different than what it's been, which has been merely good, is the look of how it is right now at this point. And gonna have some assessments to make throughout the course of the season and off season, especially it looks like around both quarterback position and what are they going to do with his offensive line. Mumbles with $2 donations says, apologies, I meant Haynes, not Lewis. Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, I at least with Bradford, he gives you run blocking. With Haynes, I don't know what he exactly brings to the table at this point. Not really a good run blocker and not particularly good as a pass protector either. 1st and 10, play action pass here for the Ravens. They're going to, Lamar's got all day in the pocket to set up back there, throw, complete, first down, catch. Long time in the pocket there for Lamar. But, yeah, Haynes has been quite poor. Quite poor this year. Give us inside here on first down. Hawks defense is looking kind of gassed at this point. Just a little gassed. Second down and 5 for Lamar after a run. Gibbs going to be up the middle here. Carey is out. He's loose. He's free. He's gone. Keaton Mitchell, 4-3 guy out of Coastal Carolina, shows off the speed on that play, takes it for a touchdown, and the Seahawks have, I think it's easy enough to say at this point, we've been exposed. We're not a contender this year. This is merely year 2 of a rebuild at this point. Season's not over with yet. There's a lot of year left to play, that's for sure. So I'm not trying to stack everything in, but this is an eye-openingly bad performance where you're getting outclassed and all across the board. Phoenix down with a $5 donation. Thank you, Phoenix. So Seahawks look absolutely pathetic. Embarrassing effort today. I think that's a fair way of putting it, man. That's the way I see it right now as well. You have a chance to go out and show people that you are legit. You're the real deal. You're rounding into shape. You make a trade for Leonard Williams, and you come out here and put this game up like you have. Very, very disappointing. And embarrassing is another great way of putting it, too. It's going to be embarrassing. We're going to have to own this loss throughout the week, and it's, it sucks. It does suck. Well said, though. Josh Rowe with a $5 donation says, is this the worst loss in the Pete Carroll, John Schneider era? What's happening with the offensive play calling? I don't know if I can quite go to the place where I would say it's the worst loss in the Pete Carroll, John Schneider era, because maybe from a point standpoint, but this Ravens team is maybe one of the best teams, if not the best team in football. So that's got to be a bit factored in here. I'm not saying that's, in no means am I making that as the explanation or excuse for a game like this, but that's got to be a part that, we consider on here a little bit with, including that in, losing to a Rams team like we did at home in the opening week is almost a little bit more embarrassing to me than this particular game, because I can understand how this one goes sideways. I can't understand how the opening game of a season like that goes sideways against a Rams team. The play calling this year from Waldron has been, both Waldron and Gino are kind of doing both the same sort of thing here, where last year they both looked really good, and they both, with what they were bringing to the table, made you really feel like you could have faith and trust in them in the long-term future. But unfortunately, both of them have gone backwards. We've got a ground rush here to Kenneth Walker. He'll get about 3 or 4 yards here. Unfortunately, they both gone backwards at the same time. And I don't have an excuse or an explanation, really, Josh, as to why on both. Why? Both. Gino should have more talent this year out there that he's playing with than he did last year. Waldron, the same way. Year 2, year 3, you should be way more comfortable. But both of them looked in discomfort. The play calling looks in discomfort, and the quarterback position looks in discomfort. Got the end of the third quarter after that run by Walker. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, Josh. I don't know how you, unlearn, unforget what worked for you the prior year and just sort of kind of completely get sideways. I don't get it. And I didn't expect it about this year. I wasn't sure if the team would be ready to come forward as a contender this year, but seeing an offense go backwards like this with all you've invested into this offense is very, very, very strange. Very, very strange. Snail, thank you for the $2 donation. Okay, at this point, pull Gino to keep him healthy. I think they're going to ride with Gino throughout this game. If you're going to roll with Gino going in the future beyond this game, which I think they're likely to do because I don't think Drew Lock's going to be any better of an answer, you got to have him come out here and find some rhythm through this fourth quarter. Say nothing of trying to win this game. Just go out here and find some rhythm beyond this game that we can drive forward with this offense. And I'd much rather let him come out, figure it out. Figure it out, as they say. David with a $5 donation. Thank you, David. I know I said Gino gave us the better chance to win. I might be wrong. I'd be willing to try anything new with the offense at this point. It can't carry on like this. And I'm not trying to put all the blame on to Gino. Like I said, I think there's offensive line and the offensive coordinator. These issues are there as well. That's what gets it hard to me to get to a point of saying go to Drew, because you can do Drew just for the sake of making a change, but Drew's not going to clean up the lack of ability to not run block, the lack of ability in pass protection, the lack of creativity with your offensive play caller. That's not going to fix that necessarily. And I think Locke will struggle and suffer under the same kind of situation if he's being asked to deal with it. But there's going to certainly be a call from many different people this week for that to be the change that needs to be drawn up at this point, David. That's for sure. It isn't going to go quiet this week. Thank you, though, for that donation. I appreciate you for that. Wicked Garden, thank you for the $5 donation. It says, we have a good roster, but Waldron Hurt are getting outclassed. Lions are outclassed. Losing Lucas Nwosu hurts, and Gino looks like a backup. Fairly put on your part. I think the defense holds up a lot better here if our offense can find some more consistency in this game a little bit more early on. And we got a catch here by Jackson Smith and Jigba on a deep ball. Nice job on a 9 route there. Makes the catch. Big play down the field for the Hawks. I think if the offense does a little bit more consistently in this game throughout, we got a better chance to make some noise here in this game and do some things. But when your offense just for game after game, quarter after quarter, drive after drive is just completely 3 and out just about every time, or barely getting any movement of the chains, it does start to push the defense into a tougher ground. I'm not saying the defense played well today, but I don't know if Hurd or the defense is necessarily the problem at this point either. I think right now at the forefront of this is really the defense, and it got wore down as the game went on a bit. But you're right about Lucas Nwosu, 100% with you on that. And we are getting outclassed on the lines. I'm 100% with you on that too. I mean, that's been what we're looking at today is, you win and lose at the line of scrimmage, and your lines of scrimmage have been dominated throughout the course of this game. You're getting manhandled up front in a lot of respects. Yeah, well said. And Gino's definitely not playing like a starter right now. That's for sure, Wicked. Hard to find reps in here where it's like, oh, that's why he's the starter out there. That's why he's making it happen. All right, 2nd and 10. Gino dropped back to throw. He's going to take another deep shot over the top and try to hit DK with Humphrey in coverage. Nothing happening there. Wicked Guard, thank you for the $5 donation. Megan, thank you for the $5 as well. I said 3 points either way, but this is mind-blowing for the Hawks. Makes the loss for the Lions against the Ravens look good. Bad loss, that's for sure. Offsides on the Ravens on the play, it looks like. So Hawks will get a replay a 2nd down. Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing to lose this badly. I didn't think that we were going to get, as Wicked was saying, outclassed. I think we were going to get this outclassed in this game. I wasn't sure whether or not we'd be ready to reach to a contender state. I had this as a game as a loss too, but I thought you'd at least give them a fight. 2nd down and 5. Gino in shotgun, dropping back to throw. He's going to lace this up over the middle of Jackson Smith and Jigba, who makes the catch for a 1st down reception. Ravens look good, though, Megan, that's for sure. Just my opinion, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, worst loss I remember is the Rams, December 2017, 42-7. Yeah, I think that would be worse. Was that one at home? Just my opinion. I want to say that one was at home. There's been some worse ones than this one, I think. Empty look here, 1st and 10 for Gino, dropping back to throw. He's going to let this go over the top again on a 9 round here. Nothing doing. 2nd and 10. That would be probably a worse loss, just my opinion. Especially I think that was at home, to your point on that one. Thank you for that donation. I appreciate you for that. Wu-Tang with a $2 dono. Thank you, Wu-Tang. Drew Lock famously never throws picks. There we go, man. That's exactly right. That's why I'm hesitant to say, well, Drew Lock coming in here will be better. Absent us just, throwing a penny into the wishing well. Not necessarily. 2nd and 10 here for Gino and crew. Gino dropping back to throw. He's looking, coming back underneath the Walker with an amazing catch there. It's only about a 2 or 3 yard gain, but insane kind of one-handed catch, stab catch there by Walker. Jeez. But that's where I'm at too, Wu-Tang. Two things that Locke's not going to improve upon that are going to remain bad if he takes over is the pass protection and Waldron's play calling. And when things do go bad for Locke, it does tend to be a turnover. At least it has historically been when he has played at the quarterback position. 3rd down and 7. Ravens showing a blitz here. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout by the Ravens. So definitely believe if you have him out there running that in that way, like you say, Wu-Tang, that probably does mean that he is going to throw a few more of those as well if he's put out there. Barry Satoro, thank you for the $10 donation, Barry. I appreciate you. It says, peak Tom Brady doesn't save our season. Probably not. Probably not. Everything right now, Barry, and thank you for your donation and your longtime support on the channel too as well. Everything right now offensively just kind of feels out of sorts. And there's nothing you do well. There is no identity to your team offensively right now. You're just kind of like you're in the darkness, scuttling through the room, trying to find where the light switch is. 3rd down and 8. Geno dropping back to throw, hits Jackson Smith-Njigba, who's quickly torn down to the ground for a short 1-yard gain. But I see the same thing on that, Barry. It's issues at play seem just, when they're this bad, there's a variety of things going on. That's for sure. Thank you for your $10 donation and being a member of the channel as well. Appreciate you for that. All right, 4th down and 7. Seahawks are going to go for it, of course, here. Nothing to lose. Geno back in shotgun, 3 wide receiver look. Once again, the Ravens mugging up that A-gap pressure look here. Slightly drop out of it, slightly bring it. Geno rolling out. Throws it high to DK Metcalf, incomplete. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. John Sims, thank you for the $5 donation. It feels like coach limits what's practiced at practice. Such a narrowly focused game plan. No creativity. We see this year after year. Russ or no Russ? You bring up a good point here, John. Why would Waldron's scheme look so much differently here than what you'd think it would look like coming from McVay's scheme? You know, why your use of fly sweep motion, tunnel screens, flood zone concepts, create the creativity in your offensive play attack. You know, where has this all gone? I mean, maybe some of it is explained up to the fact that the coach is limiting some of what they do with that. It would be a feasible explanation for why we're seeing what we're seeing, John. That's for sure. And I don't know if it is that, but I don't have anything better as an explanation for why. Why does an offensive coordinator who, you know, cuts his teeth on this one scheme over here and has the success with this one thing here, not able to apply any of that to the job that he takes as an offensive coordinator at the next place? And I guess it is definitely a place you can go on to start to call back to maybe being a little bit more of the coach than anything else on that. I think that's fair. And it was certainly that way in the Rush years. I long derided the offense of being like a late 1980s offense and how you ran it. And today's looked kind of similar. No creativity, no pre and post snap motion. Everything just completely stagnant. No ability to deal with any of the incessant blitzes that you've received all day long from the Ravens front. It's tough. We get a little more coffee. One sec, folks. Oh, sorry, kitty. Andrew Rejazenko, thank you for the $5 donation, Andrew. I do appreciate you for that. And you guys, thank you so much for all the donos. I know you guys are licking your wounds and not feeling great right now at the moment, but the support is very thankful for that. And try not to be too dour for you guys on this one, but I do appreciate the donations. It says, is our defense really the problem, or is it that our offense had 1,000,000 3 and outs today and kept the defense on the field all day? I have a harder time going to the defense in this one. I really do. Yeah. And let's remember what this is. I was saying about earlier too on this, Andrew. This isn't just a 1 week off situation that's occurred right now with this defense. You've had multiple weeks in a row now where they constantly are basically not able to do anything offensively, and they keep punting the ball back to the defense and expecting the defense to hold up all day. It does not work like that in football, where you can expect that to be how this is going to play out. And eventually defenses wear out. And if you have this happen over the course of games, where it's this game 65 snap, next game 70 snaps, next game 65 snaps, they start to wear down over time when every game is the one that they've got to face like that over and over again. And I really can't go to where I go, oh no, it's definitely this defensive performances. They give up another huge play up the field here. Looks like they're about to give up another. Oh my God, dude. Brutal. Can we go mercy rule? Can we just go mercy rule, please? Already. But yeah, it's the problems to me really are more I go offense than anything else. Until we fix the offensive problems, we can't come around to looking at the defense at this point. Haven't played great today, and boy, the tackling, yikes. Just yikes. Keaton Mitchell, Coastal Carolina kids, up to 138 yards on the game today. 270 yards rushing for the Ravens. Oh, Andrew, thank you for the donation. I do appreciate it. Give inside here for no gain here on 1st and 10. David with a $5 donation. Thank you, David. I appreciate you for that. Says, I'd like to see Seattle media push Pete about the offensive struggles. Not sure they will. It's an unfortunate part of the Seattle media, David, and one that has been around for many different years. Another one of those things I wish I could have an explanation for it, because there are media, crews that exist in the National Football League that will be willing to press their coaches and people with some tough questions. And what you get instead a little bit from the Seattle media is a little more akin to softball, underhanded throws. And like you, I'd love to see that be questioned from time to time, but that just doesn't seem to be something that either is allowed or viable to happen. Witherspoon almost got himself an interception there on the sideline. So, yeah, I'd like to see the same thing as well, but not likely to see it there. That's for sure. Not likely. Thank you for the donation, David. I appreciate you for that. Megan, thank you for the $5 donation. Alex Grinch fired at USC. My day gets better and better. Congrats, Megan. Yeah, you're not going to keep your job too long if you can't get any stops like that. Those kind of games happening over and over again if you're in that kind of DC. 3rd and 10 here for the Ravens, dropping back to throw. Quick toss underneath, easy completion, 12-yard gain. Finally brought down the ground is Isaiah Likely. Thank you, Megan, for that $5 donation. I appreciate you for that. Garth Knight, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, Megan and the flock will be celebrating tonight. Ravens are for real. Ravens are for real, Garth. This is absolutely a Super Bowl contending team, and this should be a team that scares a lot of these high-powered offenses that exist in the AFC, because it's a complete football team, and it's a team that can play. I know that Lamar hasn't had a lot of success necessarily playing in the winter time and in postseason play, but this is a team that's well-suited and put together to go out and be that kind of team that can push for a Super Bowl this year. I think they're absolutely a contender. They are for real, Garth. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, man. Thank you, though, for that donation. Cheese Taco, thank you for the $5 as well. I love a good ass kicking. Admittedly, not what I expected, but maybe what was needed to ground expectations. As always, go Hawk. Go Hawks. Hey, always go Hawks, Cheese Taco. And yeah, I think that's another good way of putting it. You guys got great donos, some great thoughts as well in the chat on this. And that this does ground the expectations a little bit. And, people like me are definitely getting greedy and going, okay, now is the go time here. But, it is year 2 of the rebuild. It is the 3rd youngest roster in the NFL. And people don't want to hear that, I know. And people, want to throw things out and say, oh, well, let's, burn the house down or fire this guy or fire that guy or sit this guy. But it is that as a team. It is a team that is very young and finding itself in that way. And that does mean inconsistent performances at times. And I'm not chalking this all up to just simply that, but probably a bit of that comes into play on this too. But yeah, grounding expectations is a good way to put it. 3rd and goal here now for the Ravens, dropping back to passes. Huntley, who's in the game here for Lamar, he's going to throw this deep and over the top, and that's going to be a touchdown catch on Woolen, who hasn't had a great game here either on his side of it. Beckham with the touchdown reception, 37-3. Go Hawks, Cheese Taco. Thank you for your donation, man. And we got to ground those expectations down on the flow. On the flow. Marcus B28 with a $2 donation says, embarrassing getting pulled off of CBS TV. Can't blame him. Can't blame him for doing it. And it is embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. Just my opinion with the $2 donation says, this blows. The whole thing blows. This sucks. Sucks. This is an awful game. This has been an awful game to watch. This has been horrible. This is the root canal of football games. CJ Kurzman, thank you for the $5 donation, CJ. What might get lost here was how terrible our tackling was today. Go Hawks. Tackling was indeed not great. Not great all the way down the line. And there should be a variety of things done back in this game that weren't good or poor or non-functioning or, didn't step up. And that's definitely one of them. That's definitely one of them. Defense could have played a lot better today, CJ. I can't give, to me, the offense sits at the head of this because it becomes hard on the horse of the cart thing here. If your offense gets some more consistent performances through the first and second quarter, do you keep your defense a little bit fresher? Does defense tackle a little bit better through the course of the game at that point? Maybe so. But to your point on that, CJ, 270 yards. 270 yards you gave up on the ground today. That is not in the vicinity of okay, or that'll get you in any game where you're still in any game if you're giving up that amount of yards on the ground. Jeffrey Thistle, thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate you for that. Says, well, that happened. Disappointing year for Seattle sports. Year of underachievement. Rather get a rectal exam than watch all the Seattle talent suck. Yeah, rectal exam, root canal. Kind of about the same feeling on that. A root canal while you're getting a rectal exam, right? A bit of both at the same time. And the Mariners underperforming where people thought they potentially could be this year. And in a Seahawks team, we wondered if they could maybe be a quiet Super Bowl contending team coming into this year with the talent they'd put together, and how good they had last year in year one of the rebuild after turning things over and 6 rookies starting and all of that. But they're just they're not taking that next step forward this year, and it is disappointing. Disappointing is another good term, good word to use, Jeffrey. What are you going to do on it, man? Jeffrey Huggins, thank you for the $5 donation. In New York on CBS, they switched to a more competitive game, the Bears and the Saints. That's how bad we are. Disgusted. Same Geno from Jets and Giants. Told y'all. Well, thank you for the $5 donation, Jeffrey. And you're not going to be alone on the folks pushing for the sentiment this next week. I'm sure it's going to be in the post-game discussion stream we did a little bit later on this evening with folks pointing to Geno and saying, he's not the guy. See, he's not the guy. And I've been a defender of him and a stalwart defender of him. But I can't argue with what people are seeing with their eyes here and what's going down and what's happening. And he is not comfortable back there. He's not playing well, and he has regressed as a quarterback this season. He's regressed. He played it away last year. He set Seahawks records playing that way, and there are other things that impacting here beyond just him being a regressed quarterback. It's him regressing. It's Waldron regressing. It's the offensive line's pass protection not holding up. It's all of that stuff, I think. But, getting switched to a Bears-Saints game is pretty unbelievable. And I think that exclamation points this profoundly disappointing game to a maximum effect. Jeffrey, thank you for that donation, though, brother. I appreciate you for that. Washington Fish Quest, thank you for celebrating 2 long years as a member of this channel. Says, thank the good, great Lord we're in the NFC. It's Go Hawks. AFC is going to be tough to get through that conference. No doubt about that. There are some hellacious teams out there that do exist out on this side of things. And yeah, thanks God we're not there. I don't even think in the NFC, though, with this team we're putting together right now, we have something that can go out and compete with the Eagles, the 49ers. I don't even know if right now the Cowboys are a team that we can hang with at this point. I've got questions at that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to have very many answers this week for Hawks. But go Hawks, Washington Fish Quest. Go Hawks. Ran to the cut, thank you for the $2 donation. Waldron on the hot seat, having a bad year. Well, thank you for the $2 donation, and I agree with you on that. I agree, number one, bad year. Number two, yeah, you should be on the hot seat. You've got maybe the three best wide receivers as a collection in this sport. You've got one of the game-changing wide receivers in the sport in a DK Metcalf, yet you can't find a way to utilize those guys successfully. You have three tight ends that got you 1,100 yards last year. You've completely forgot about them in your offensive attack. You have no ability to create anything in the run game at all. We have no consistency in the run game. Screen game is completely DOA. Your bubble screen, tunnel screen stuff is minimized. Your fly sweep stuff is completely reduced almost to nothing. Yeah, he's got to be on the hot seat. You've got way too much talent out there to be having this many bad performances if you're Shane Waldron. Another 3 and out for the Seahawks here as this game just will not end. This game's just going to last for about another hour and a half of pain. But I don't know how you don't put him. He's not on the hot seat at this point. Your job, part of your job evaluation is going to be what you do, but also when we give you a stack of stuff and you can't get anything out of it, yeah, I'm going to look back to you and go, what's going on? What's going on? But yeah, I'm with you. Corey, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, don't blame this one on the coaches and O-line. Well, I'm going to blame it partly to that, Corey. I'm not certainly putting it solely on them. And I think that everyone's got their piece here to look at and put the blame to. I know that there's going to be a draw to maybe put this solely to more of just a Geno thing. I can't give Corey myself a pass to a guy like Waldron on this one. I'm not going to put it on Hurt necessarily or even the defense. But yeah, with Waldron, I've got to wonder what's going on because this isn't the first week that this has occurred now. We've had multiple weeks over here where your offense has just got no form to it, no feel to it. And it's without explanation, kind of. Jordan, thank you for the $10 donation. Appreciate you for that, Jordan. I know that's also a double dono dip you dropped here today, so thank you. Nothing on offense is good and really hasn't been good since week 3. We don't have hot reads for the blitz or just can't block. Geno isn't playing well either. I think it's all that like you say. And yeah, last couple of weeks especially, you're seeing the blitz game really dial up here for the opposition as far as their defenses go. And Geno doesn't seem to have a check read that he can go to. He's getting a lot of balls batted down at the line of scrimmage. Waldron doesn't seem to have a counter to go to the blitz. There's like not an audible that he can pull to, it seems like, strangely enough. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why it so thoroughly vexed him because, again, going back to last year, in those first 12 games with Geno playing good to great, he was handling the blitz really well. He was picking it up really well. He was changing his protections. He was moving things through. 3rd and 5 here. Ball is going to be completed. And they've got backups in there now. Man, that clock seems like it's just winding down in slow motion right now. But yeah, and then on top of this, Geno's just not playing well on top of it, Jordan. That's why I say it's a complicated answer to come to say, well, it's just on one shoulder this game. There's some various things I think to unpack as far as issues go. And we got a player down the field for the Hawks. But well said, Jordan. Well said. It's definitely what's going on. It's definitely what I'm seeing too. James Cooper, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, everyone defending Geno. Tell me a realistic scenario where we win a Super Bowl with Geno. I can't see it with how he's playing this year so far. And again, this is where we go again. Just want to make sure I'm being clear on this, not to put all the blame onto one or the other, but I think that I've been a backer of Geno Smith, and he's been sliding sideways here for some weeks on end now. And I could explain some of it and understand some of it to when you're down 3/5, 4/5 of your offensive line. You're down a game where you don't know DK. When you're rocking a pretty healthy crew, you're down one lineman in this game. You do have both your backs. You have your full assortment of receivers, your full assortment of tight ends. That you can't put a touchdown up on a game over 4 quarters. I don't care how strong this defense is. If you're going to be a Super Bowl contending team, then you need to be able to at least do that. At least give me one tutty. But yeah, I'm not seeing that right now either at this point. I mean, but I will just as well say, I don't know if I got in Waldron a guy that's going to be able to call a Super Bowl game. I don't know if he's good enough to get you to the show with this play calling either. I might add him on top. I might stack him on top. Thank you, though, James. I appreciate you for that. Don't know. Wicked Guard with another $5 as well. Thank you, Wicked, for the double donation, too. It says, sad to see all the money and high picks spent on skill position players because it means nothing without a solid offensive line and decent quarterback play. Talent, wasted. Definitely being wasted right now. That's for sure. That is for sure. And, yeah, O-line is one that is definitely struggling. O-line and quarterback, I'd say for sure. But, yeah, I think it's a fair way of looking at it as well with that. I don't have anything to add on top of it, Wicked Garden, but I think it's fair to put it that way for sure. Wu-Tang, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, holistically trash performance on offense. Nobody played well, and Waldron just kept going to a dry well. Torturous to watch. This has been a brutal game. It's no way to put it. Brutal, torturous. It's a great way of putting it, especially now as you're watching your defense just kind of flail away out there a little bit here. This has been a tough game. Been a tough game, and trash performances, right, offensively speaking, just garbage. Garbage, as the French would say. Thank you for the donation, though, Wu-Tang. I appreciate you for that, man. Appreciate you hanging in here with me throughout it, though. Wash Visquest, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, beating the Browns and Lions wasn't nothing. We're like a mid-Carter in WWE. We look okay until we face The Undertaker and he buries us in 2 minutes. It's a fair way of putting it, Washington Fistquest. I mean, that's why we said this game was that game that you're going to measure who you are and what you were and where you stood. Or can you be a contending team this year? Are you capable of that? You don't look capable of that in this game. This is an embarrassing performance, and you do look like a mid-card team. Great comparison there, Washington Fistquest. Yeah. We're, who's injured now in the field for the Hawks? Is that Hall? Hall's still on the ground here. They're trying to support his neck. Oh, yikes. Stage is going to get worse, isn't it? Corey Olson, thank you for the $2 donation. I was saying I do blame O-line and coaches, not Geno. Oh, okay, Corey. Oh, don't you blame this one on that? I do. So I guess I think there was a missing question mark on that. So yeah, I do definitely put that on those two. I do have Geno in this as well included with it, but it gets hard to where we go, who gets more it just all isn't working. That's kind of the bottom line of it. It's just your offensive line, your play calling, your quarterback, it is all not working right now. And how it gets fixed, I don't know necessarily. I don't. As they don't seem to have a lot of answers that seem to be working even in little points of this game so far that they can kind of lean into as a strength. But Thank you for the clarification on that, Corey. Jeffrey Huggins, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, complained about fixing the offensive line for 8 years. Gino is not the guy. Play calling has been terrible for years. What do you suggest they do moving forward? Well, there's a lot to unpack there, Jeffrey, for sure. And thank you for the $5 donation. When it comes to going forward this year, obviously not a lot you can do going forward this year. And it looks like Derek Hall is over, at least on the sideline. Hopefully he's okay. I think he had a little bit of a stinger thing go on there in his shoulder or something there, and he's kind of pointing to. I don't know if there's a lot of easy answers here, Jeffrey. You're certainly not precluded or held back from going out and drafting a quarterback. Is that quarterback going to be the answer in the second or third round with this team put together as it is? Maybe, right? I mean, maybe. I'm looking at these quarterbacks, doing some more. Jeffrey, I was doing some more viewing of them in this past Saturday and looking at some of the performances and where some of these quarterbacks have been at. There's some interesting prospects, and certainly, Jeffrey, I'm okay if they want to go take a quarterback there. As far as, looking out there and finding some guy out there in the market you can go, there's really not much out there. As far as quarterbacks you're going to go out there in the open market and go and trade for, there's not really going to be anybody out there. So it's going to have to come from the draft. I thought last year through 12 games, the play calling was really good. I thought about week 13, as your pass protection went in the toilet, as your inability to open up any rushing lanes went in the toilet, the offense went in the toilet with it. Absent that 12-game stretch, I agree with you. The play calling has been terrible for years. It's been rudimentary. It's been unevolved. It's not been modernized fully in the way that it needs to be. And I don't know why there's such a reticence to do that. I don't. Part of going forward would be, in my opinion on this, Jeffrey, if you're going to run the McVay offense, then run the McVay offense. Quit trying to hybridize everything and then just run it for what it is. Obviously, the O-line's the easiest part to deal with on this, Jeffrey, right? Because I think as you look forward on the O-line here, number one, you have some pieces in play to use that should be workable as you go in the future. I don't know where Abraham Lucas is with his knee, but I'm guessing he'll be back at some point. That's a right tackle. Charles Cross, your left tackle. You're good there. I think Bradford's shown you enough in little bits of his action to believe that you can start to look at him as maybe a long-term answer there at right guard. So now it's really about what are you going to do at center and what are you going to do at left guard. And the first part of your donation is the easiest part to kind of deal with because of that, because those are only just two positions. But when it comes to the Geno and the play calling, I don't know what to do on that, Jeffrey. More of a commitment to this style of offense, more of a commitment to finding more of an identity rather than trying to be everything everywhere over the course of a game. It's not going to be easy with the quarterback or that going forward. There are not any easy answers there at all. Derek H., thank you for the $5 donation. Disappointed today. Waldron or Geno must take major blame today. Interesting to see Pete's explanation. Next two games, must wins before the gauntlet. Absolutely going to have to win those two games, Derek, if you want to put yourself in a position to have any more chance this year, period. It's got to be 2-0 next 2 weeks, no doubt about it. So well said on your part with that. And yeah, they're going to need to take some major blame here. I'd love to hear what Pete's explanation is going to be for it. I don't think it's going to suffice or make us feel better about the situation. I'll say that. I'm getting a lot of donos in the chat. I just want to let you guys know on this. I've got to go to the post-game Bleacher Report stream as soon as the game wraps up. So I've got a deal in place with the Bleacher Report where I've got to bounce over as soon as the game ends. So if you guys do, just hold off as we get down to the end of the game. I know you guys love drop donos. You can drop the donos in. I just may not be able to give them as much time as I normally give them here because I've got to go over and do the post-game stream as soon as we wrap up. So I can't do 20, 25 minutes of dono talk on it. I will be back for a post-game discussion later on this evening. So we'll have a 3, 4, 5-hour long post-game stream we'll do, or whatever we'll do tonight. I don't know if I'll go that long tonight. I have to turn over this one, but appreciate you guys for the donations. So I'm going to kind of go through these a little bit quick because I do want to make sure that I can sign off on time on this one because I've been late a couple weeks here of getting over to the Bleacher Report at the end of the games. unfortunately, here. You guys are so kind. You guys load me up on the donos, and then I'm just end up just being stacked. But well said, Derek, and must win is the right way to put it. Luckily, these are winnable games, but must win them, you must. Aaron Gross, thank you for subscribing to the channel, Aaron. I know it's a tough day today watching the Hawks lose, but I appreciate you for jumping aboard and subscribing to the channel. Please do, folks. Please hit that like button as well if you haven't as well. Just helps out the channel, helps me grow tremendously. We are on the road here to 15,000 subscribers. Michael Hyde, thank you for the $10 donation. If we blew the team up and fired Pete after we got smoked by the Niners in 2012, we would have never won the Super Bowl. The road to building a Super Bowl team is painful. It sucks, but in the end, it's worth it. Beautifully put, Michael. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you for that. That's very kind of you. And then also very well said. I don't think I'm calling for anybody's heads today. There'll probably be some people that do in the chat, but I'm not there. But yes, I think we've got to be patient with the young team, third youngest team in football. Cameron, thank you for the $10 donation. Says, Waldron sucks. Gino forgot how to quarterback. Running game is terrible. Defense can't tackle. We have no second round picks. Derek Hall just got hurt. Send help, man. Thank you for the $10 donation. You put it well there with it here. Barry Satoro, thank you for the $10 donation. Says time of possession is 40 minutes to 20 minutes. This is something that has been a problem for too many years in a row. You can't find any consistency in your offense, Barry. And again, I'm getting a lot of donations. I know you guys are going to fill these donations up. Stop, please, on the donos. No more donos, please. Stop. I'm not going to be able to get to all your guys' donos on here. I've got to sign this off as soon as the game ends. So you guys are starting to already do the thing we did last week. It got me in trouble with Bleacher Report. So we got to I got to wrap fast on this. I can't go. So if I missed your donation, if I don't cover it in the chat here right now, just come back later in the discussion stream if we do this, and I'll catch you over there on that side of it. It's not acceptable though, Barry. Got to do better than that. 40 to 20, you're not going to win any games, and it's been too bad, too long. It's not been fixed. I don't know where the answer is. You can't seem to run the football. Time to have the conversation about benching. Gino, says Kyle. I think it's going to be a conversation we're going to be having tonight, and having a very long and thorough one of it tonight. No doubt about that, Kyle. Thank you for the $5. Lethal Lance, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, tell me Locke and Pro Bowl inside offensive line wouldn't be better. I'm open to it, man. I'm with it, brother. I'm with it. Yolanda B, thank you for the $10 donation. Says, thanks again for the stream. I respect your Seahawks. I will tune into your channel this week for your analysis of the game. My Ravens are a tough team to beat when firing on all cylinders. You were firing all cylinders today. You had a fantastic game, no doubt about it. Yolanda, thank you for watching, and thank you for your donations. You got a great team, a Super Bowl contending team, no doubt about it. And we'll definitely be breaking this one down thoroughly. Garth Knight, thank you for the $5 donation. This game seemed more like $1 Million Man, and Virgil came out to the ring and Pearl Harbor the Seahawks. Everybody has a price. There you go, brother. James Cooper, $5 donation. Feels like Locke. Sample size is too small. Deserves a chance. This is the first year he's had a repeat offensive coordinator. Are we writing off Locke as a bad quarterback too soon? I don't think we're writing off Locke as a bad quarterback too soon. I just think that we're not sure if he's going to be able to succeed in this environment any better than Gino did. You've got poor offensive coordinating going on there right now with Waldron. You've got poor pass protection as far as your offensive line. You have no holes in the running game being created. Not a lot of quarterbacks are going to flourish in that environment. I think the people just aren't so sure that Locke's necessarily going to take off in what is kind of still a tough environment there for him to take over the reins of. But James, you're not going to be alone. There's going to be plenty of people that call for that to happen this year. Addis the Gamer is going to finish us off right and fine here as you guys keep dropping the donos. I've got to sign off, folks, so I'm really sorry if I don't get to your donations on this, but I've got to roll this through. I got to get over. Brandon, this team still has opportunities, but they got to be better starting next weekend. I'm currently upset right now. Well, I'm sorry you're upset on that one, Addis. I'm upset too, man. We'll have to turn this back over this week and turn over, and hopefully we can get this turned back around. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out, man. Let's talk about it more, Addis, here after the game here. We'll be doing the post-game discussion. I'm heading over to the Bleacher Report right now, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Please do hit the like button. I'm going to put in the community post a link to the Bleacher Report. If you clicked, I can't speak. You guys got me speaking too fast here trying to get through these donos. If you click down in the link description section, you can find a link to that Bleacher Report, and that's where I'm going to be. So thank you for that. James Cooper, thank you for the $5 donations. I appreciate you. Nick Whammy, thank you for subscribing. Guys, I got to wrap it up. I'm heading over to the Bleacher Report. We'll be back here in a couple hours. But until that time, I hope you guys don't ever forget, please don't ever forget, go Hawks.